I don't even know. This thing's pretty structurally sound. I don't know if I could.
Yeah, you have to push it from the mic itself.
And it would just end up fucking breaking my stupid glasses.
Or knocking something over.
See how the audio comes out.
Motherfucker.
God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Before we get fucking started, a fucking shout out, dude, to we got some loyal listeners that have been helping us score some guests.
That's fucking right.
So I like to shout out those guys. Well, of course, there's Mr. Michael Murrow, Mr. Larry Epstein, Gene Mayer. I keep fucking
Meyer.
Sorry, bud, but yeah, it's a nice, giving us connections to people we didn't have access to and people we didn't know about. We should check out. So we appreciate
the fuck out of that.
Appreciate the shit out of that. So we're not bringing you the same 6 guests on repeat. Or
my dumbass. Yes, ending 30% of the time.
30% of the time, or it's none of the time. But on to a goofy note. I went to a viewing yesterday of a family member who obviously is dead. That's why they had the viewing.
What?
I know, right? But it's
it'd be weird if they weren't.
It was a second cousin, and I'm a really bad family member. Whereas,
as opposed to,
like, if I don't talk to you, like, I have family members that are like first cousin shit that I haven't seen or talked to in like a decade, and it's not the excuse like I do have some that live on the other side of the country or in other countries. These are ones that live like a town over. And I just don't talk to them. And, because I just don't see a reason to. It's like, what do we have in common?
I mean, me too.
Besides being related.
Me fucking too. Like, I don't know what to talk to these people about.
Yeah, but every time someone drops dead, they're like, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's your cousin. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, fucking second cousin. Come on.
It's your great aunt. I'm like, who?
Dude, it's not even my cousin. It's my dad's cousin.
Exactly. It's always some shit.
So it's like, seriously, this person who passed, I have seen 5 times in my life.
In your whole life. Yeah.
1 wedding, 4 funerals. That's it.
Functions. And
here's our center of our conversations is, oh, hey, you still living in Delaware? I'm like, yep, you? Uh-huh. All right, later. And that's it.
That's gripping.
Dude, and I am fucking fine with that. I'm like, that's all we got to do. I'm happy. Great.
Do not.
I don't wish you harm. I don't wish you ill will. I'm sure you're a great person to your friends, but you're boring, and I don't really care. But anyway, so I was there, and because I got family guilted me into going, but I went with one of my first cousins who I actually talk to every day, and I saw a girl, not even a girl, it was a woman there, probably about, I don't know, 40s, probably my age actually, and fucking just smoking hot. Just do you know the porn star Lauren Phillips?
Oh yeah.
Spitting image.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just like,
do I know Lauren Phillips?
I'm just like,
fucking.
Oh, she's one of my fucking favorites too, which made it even worse.
You think it's my first day?
So I'm ogling like a motherfucker, and I'm like, oh fuck, do I know this person? Like, is this some relative I haven't seen in like 20 years or something? And I actually had to go to the cousin I went with, and I was like, yo, dude, redhead over there, the real tall one. And he's like, yo, she's fucking hot, right? I'm like, I know. I'm like, here's the question. He's like, nah, she's not related to us. So, like, he fucking knew exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly.
On the way home, I was like, you know who she reminds me of? That porn star. And he goes, Lauren Phillips? And I was like, and that's why I talk to that cousin on a regular basis.
That sounds like a cool cousin.
That's a fucking hive mind right there.
Now, I had one cousin who was like pretty cool, who lived in Camden, Delaware.
Okay, I know where it is.
And he lived in like a housing project. And with another cousin of mine who's like removed somehow, but whatever. But like I'd hang out with them. Like I would drive down to Camden and hang out with them for like a weekend because they had free run of this apartment. And I was like, fuck it, I'm 19. I have nothing else to do. I'll go down to Camden and cause all kinds of mischief throughout the night and do crazy shit. But he like... This is going to sound made up, maybe. It could also just sound regular now that we're in the age that we are.
Yeah.
He moved to California to get into like the weed industry.
Yeah.
Or no. First he moved to California, and then he was like, well, there's no work out here, but I heard about a job in Hawaii. Moves to Hawaii and got a job climbing coconut trees and like pruning them, basically. And out there, he found Jesus, and
in the tree.
I suppose, I would think he would find like, oh fuck, I bombed that one.
Whatever.
I was trying to think of a Hawaiian name, but no, fucking
Moana.
Yeah,
it's the only Hawaiian name I know.
He comes back to visit. My dad adores him because he's like my one cousin who's like the closest to being cool aside from him. Is his dad, like kind of like his stepdad.
Is this cousin close to you in age?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm closer to age in him than my actual cousin.
Right.
But he comes back and he's like all Jesused out, and my dad was like, I didn't know this. My dad was like, we got to go to the farmer's market and have breakfast with him. Like now that he's in town visiting his mom and stuff, and I was like, all right, cool. Mel came, and he was like, you know how people will just drop that bomb on you, like, I just found the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and, and the conversation just goes, and you're like, well, can't curse in front of you anymore or talk about pussy anymore. Fuck, dude. I was like, fuck, I lost the only cool one to Jesus. Fuck, dude.
I had an older cousin, like I'm talking, this guy's 20 years my senior. Because my dad was the last person in his family to have kids, so me and my sister are honestly considerably younger than most of my cousins. And this guy was actually only about 6 years apart from my dad.
It was more like an uncle.
Yeah. But he used to come to our house when I was real little, like single digits, and do blow with my dad and listen to the Grateful Dead. And then he moved to South Carolina. Then he moved to South Carolina and found Jesus. And like, this dude was like a fucking wild man. He would like every wedding, he was a problem. Every funeral. I don't know if you like funerals for you. Like we used to always have like an after thing at like either at the VFW or wherever where the fucking viewing was.
Yeah, downstairs of the church basement.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of times there'd be booze there.
Food and lots of booze.
And if there wasn't booze, he had some. So he was a problem. The first alcohol I ever drank was because of this guy. It was at his own brother's wedding. He's like, yo, man, you like Dr. Pepper? I'm like, yeah, I like Dr. Pepper.
Fuck yeah, I'm drinking one right now.
I'm about 10 years old. And he's like, go try this. And it's a small glass. And it looks like soda. I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I was like, this is great. And he's like, here, try it. Here's another one. Here's another one. I was 4 Dr. Peppers and rums in until I was just fucking out of my shit. And my dad's just like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, yo, I just gave him rum and Dr. Peppers. And my dad was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, my wife is here. It's like, what are you doing? But yeah, he moved to South Kakalaka, found Jesus.
Ugh.
Yeah. And now he's just insufferable to talk to.
Oh, they are the worst.
Like,
fucking
if you
people.
cuss in front of him, he gets like bent out of shape. He's like, is this necessary?
Necessary? Yes, it is necessary.
And we come from a family of foul-mouthed people, and I was like, come on, dude. Like, can't you just dial it back? Like, one day a year? Because we're all around. Luckily, I don't see this fucking dude much at all. Anyway, so yeah, I was spying on titties and ass at a fucking funeral.
Phillips.
Just worried that I was related. But then I was like, I was thinking in my head, I was like, even if I am related,
fuck it.
Oh, God. Well, dude, it's like, I don't have I'm insecure enough that I don't have the balls to go hit on her anyway. But I'm still gonna go home and jerk off to her. You know what I mean? And like, if she's my second cousin, it's probably like or third cousin. I am from Delaware. I'm like, give me a fucking break. But it was just funny as shit because like the cousin I went with is actually like 6 years younger than me, and just like the fact that we were just like hive minded on that shit, just like I'm like,
makes total sense.
Like I'm like, yo, that's 6 foot something. She was like 6 foot something. She was a tall girl, and
tall drink of water.
Yeah, dude. And she was wearing fucking flats too. I was like, dude, she probably has to wear flats so she doesn't fucking hit her head on ceiling fans and shit. But I was like, yo, the redhead over there. He's like, I know, right? And I was like, is she?
Now, did you ever find out who she had was?
He didn't know.
So nobody knows. So
yeah,
neither of you know.
the safe thing is like that cousin, his mom, my aunt, she's like the fucking she knows who everybody is in the family, and we're from an Irish Catholic background, so there's a shit ton of us. So she has like the mental Rolodex of who's who, and he's
somebody's got to do it.
So does my cousin, and he was like, I don't know her, so probably not. So did I come home after a fucking funeral and rub one out? Yeah, I did. Yeah. While watching Lauren Phillips pornography, but I was imagining her also wearing the purple dress this girl had on at the viewing. So
did you look for a video where she was wearing purple at least?
There wasn't any. Well, everything she had, like she wasn't wearing things for long due to the fact that it's pornography.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Plus, all the free scenes are 12-minute supercuts anyway.
Oh, it's fucking great, dude.
Now, Lauren Phillips does a lot of that, like bigger girl, little girl shit.
Oh, God bless those videos.
Those are so cool.
Those are great. Those are great.
That's a genre I didn't know I liked until I saw it. I have one
personally saved on my X videos. It's Lauren Phillips and Alice Marchese, who is about, I think, 4'11".
Sure, yeah.
And first off, the strokeability is great. But the second part is just how fucking, like, the physics of it all. You're just like, how are they going to pull this move off? You know, it's like, because, like, they're trying to, like, 69 each other, and they just fucking can't. It's just like, shit is not lining up. I'm like, sorry.
It's more like lowercase b, capital P.
It's just like, and it's just awkward. D. And, like, because they're in, like, that position for, like, about 30 seconds before they realize, all right, this is going to do nothing.
Capital P, lowercase d. That's what it is.
It's like, all right, look, I'll eat your pussy, you lick my belly button. You know? It's just like, oh, my God, it's fucking great.
There's that classic thumbnail of her, like, holding the girl up against the wall by her neck.
I think that's Gracie Mae Green or something like that. Is the name of the other girl?
Sure.
Because I forget how I tracked down who the other girl was.
Comments.
And then I went on to other. No, actually, I looked up Lauren Phillips on X videos, and I went through her entire model page on there to find her with that girl that somewhat looked like that. I found like 10 of them, and I finally found the one, and I was like, this is getting saved to favorites. And yeah, definite sock filler. Definitely impregnated the knuckles. Definitely roughed up the suspect till he coughed up his evidence. Yeah, dude. So like, even if I had like a second cousin that looked like Lauren Phillips, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to tell anybody, but I'm going to fucking shuffle to this.
This one's for me.
Yeah. Because, dude, this is going to sound horrible if any of my cousins actually listen to this, but they're all pretty much doggish. You know?
As opposed to the other
10
minutes we've talked about it.
A 99% Irish background, so there's a lot of fucking inbreeding.
Yeah, not so much the lookers.
A ton of inbreeding. And the only other percentage in like my genetic makeup is like German, which isn't much better.
It is.
Slightly. But yeah, it's brutal. The women on my dad's side are brutal. Oh, God.
Doggish.
All of them have like the bingo wings and shit. Even the skinny ones. Like, how are you skinny and have arm flaps? Like, how the fuck does that work?
That's what a bingo wing. Oh yeah. Man.
So when they yell bingo, the fucking flap. Yeah. They take flight like one of those squirrel suits.
What is it with those women who or people in general who get fat in their lower half only?
That's weird to me.
Isn't it?
Did you ever see a dude with a huge bubble butt?
Huge ass and
a big bubble butt.
And a torso like mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him in the gym sometimes.
Shit freaks me the fuck out.
I'm like, what the fuck happened?
It's
what is that?
It's like, how is it? It's just your ass and like your upper thigh that are just massive, and the rest of you is just like toned like a runner. God, that's so weird.
Even their arms don't get fat, really, or their necks or faces.
They don't even get like a small double chin.
Maybe.
See, that's the one good thing about my fatness is that it's proportioned all over. There's not a single part of me that isn't fat.
They call that good distribution.
Actually, that's not true. I actually have defined ankles. So put that in your pipe and smoke a comment section.
Well, people who've been fat for a long time have like crazy leg strength.
That's true. These pythons have been lifting over 300 pounds for 25 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you lost,
I got drummer legs, dude.
If you lost like 100 pounds, you'd be a problem.
I could probably kick a hole in the sky, dude.
Exactly.
You know, like I wonder how diesel my arms would be.
I mean, like I said, you got a lot of core to work with, so.
I just know that if I lose a ton of weight, one thing I will notice is that my belly button hernia will probably stick out like 7 miles.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it went away.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I remember when I was really losing weight the first time I tried to lose weight. My head stayed the same size. I was worried about that. I was like, fuck, have I always had a big head and just never knew it?
Maybe.
Get that Al Roker head where no matter how thin you get, your head is just gigantic.
What size is your hat again?
8.
That's your skull, brother. Not fat.
I don't know, man. I got like a pack of hot dogs back here. It's pretty fat.
Yeah, but it goes around the top of your head. Not back there.
And if I grow my hair long enough...
Are they turkey hot dogs?
Dude, these are fucking Hebrew National, the extra longs, dude. These are the $1 dog night.
Bun length?
These are the $1 dog night dogs. Dude, if I grow my hair too fucking long, my size 8 hats won't fit. It's brutal. And mind you, 8 is as big as fitted hats get. I can't wear snapbacks because there's no point of having that snap back there.
Yeah, you have that last...
I'm on 1, yeah.
That last snap.
Which is almost more embarrassing somehow than having none of... Like, I would rather have none of them snapped than just 1. Oh, God damn it.
It can't be worse than people who wear those visor beanies, though. Remember those things?
Like, they are almost as bad as bucket hats.
Or the Dwid hat.
Oh, the fucking Fidel Castro hat?
God, I hate that fucking thing.
What about flat caps, though?
What's a flat cap? Remind me.
The skinhead hat. The snap brims.
Like a fucking cabbie?
Like a Peaky Blinder.
Yeah, those are fucking gay, too.
Those are fucking... Actually, anything other than like a straight up like ball cap style hat to me is corny.
It takes a really good hat for it to not be corny. And they're largely corny.
I can't name a single hat other than just like a simple ski cap and a baseball hat.
Regular size ski cap, fucking 2, not a small one.
And not one that's like just like balanced on the tip of your head, like some kind of fucking reservoir tip.
Now, I never robbed anybody before, but there's something about those small beanie bicycle motherfuckers that makes me want to commit a crime.
It's like, dude, is only your bald spot cold? Like, what the fuck is going on with you?
God, that's the worst look.
Like, how do you even keep, like, everybody's like, how do Jewish people keep their yarmulkes on? I'm more curious about how dudes wear their hats like that keep those hats on.
Well, the Jays obviously can use like a little piece of backwards tape.
They use that, or they have clips. Like, pretty much like a beret.
Oh, to clip in the side hair?
Clip in the, like, yeah.
That makes sense. Now, the knit hat, like, when it's either cuffed up that small, or it's that small in size, it's got to be slippery.
Absolutely.
Because you got to pull a hat down so far before it will even stay on your head. Beanies, that is.
The minute you do anything that requires sweating, and your hair you start sweating on top of your head, that hat's fucking gone.
Yeah.
The minute you get into a car, it's hitting the roof, and it's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
So it's like, cut the shit, dude.
Plus, you look like a fucking dum-dum.
Yeah, it just... I shouldn't talk about bad hat. I'm wearing a Garfield hat. Anywho.
Lasagna.
So, fuck John Arbuckle. But, so I watched the Jared Fogle documentary. You see
There's
that?
a document. What is that?
It's a 3-parter. It's on Discovery Channel.
I'm literally writing this down.
It's on. You can get it on demand.
Mel has a Discovery login, so
so you can probably get it later on too, and without the fucking all the commercials.
Yep.
And it gets into this, like, it really gets into what he was like. It's like recorded like phone calls with him, and dude,
Is it dark?
My boy does not mince words. Yeah, but there's other people involved in that whole story that are just as fucking ghoulish as Jared Fogle.
All right, don't spoil it for me. This sounds fucking
Well, I got to, because that's why I brought it up.
All right. Spoil it for me.
Well, one of them is like the lady that's pretty much like almost like the head of the whole documentary, who is centered around is this so she's a radio journalist, aka someone who only has a show at like midnight hours on a radio channel, like terrestrial radio, not satellite or anything like that. And she's the one who first like came in contact with him at she did an interview with him when he was doing like his around the world. And the funny thing is, it has videos of him like on this around the country tour when he first became the subway guy, and it's always him just hurriedly rushing into like a gymnasium or a auditorium, and he's always has this folded up pair of gigantic pants because he always had to go hold up, the
fucking pants
that fit me next to a body that looks like you, and it was just funny. It's like, dude, the pair of pants would change. I'm like, did you save all your fatty pants?
He bought different ones, obviously.
Like, if I lose a tremendous amount of weight, I might save one just to be a dickhead and do that one picture. But I'm not saving every fucking pair that I ever had.
What are you going to do with them?
Yeah. So anyway,
take up fucking space.
So this lady, they're just had like this like radio interview, and then like soon as like the recorders are off, he just leans over and is just like, I'm really attracted to girls that are in middle school. Just like unsolicited.
Oh my God.
Like she didn't fucking ask. Like, first off, he was hitting on her. Like after the interview, he's hitting on her, and she's like of age, obviously, because she's a fucking journalist at this point.
An adult with a job. Yeah.
And then he just leans in and just like, yeah, I'm really attracted to middle school girls, and she's just like, what the fuck? And you're like, and then that's all he says. So she stays friends with him because she's like,
excuse me?
So she stays friends with him to just be like, I'm going to bring him to justice and all this horse shit. And she's just as ghoulish as him. Like, she doesn't do anything, like, she's not like finger fucking kids or nothing like that.
That we know of.
She's like recording all the conversations, so she's really leading him in conversations like, what's the youngest you ever been with? What would you do if there was a little boy in front of you? And shit like that. And like, and she didn't bring the tapes to the FBI, but they're like, yo, you don't even have permission to do this. None of this shit's admissible.
It's not admissible, exactly.
But then they're like, you know what though? You can keep doing this, but this time under our sanction and all that stuff. But she was just like phone pals with him because this is, all this shit. And she had kids of her own, 10 and 11 at the time. And he was just like, send me naked pictures of your kids. Put cameras in their room. Which one of your kids do you think I'd want to fuck more, the boy or the girl?
Oh, man.
And she's like, I don't know. She was pretty much doing everything but offering up her children on a silver platter to him just to get this. And she keeps saying, she was like, well, I'm doing it so they can bring him to justice and get him off the streets. But you're like, you can just tell she's doing it to get the interview.
Yeah.
That's going to, like, get her, like, famous and shit. And it's just obvious. And she's super gross about most of the shit. It just once he's just talking to her on the phone, and he's like, I want to pound a child in front of you. I want him to stare at your big tits while I pound you. I'm like, don't one of the mince words, are you there,
Not
Jared?
at all.
But yeah. And there's this other dude that was like, he had this thing called the Jared Foundation, which was like the foundation set up around, he set up like a charity, like fitness in schools and better diets for kids and shit like that. The dude running his foundation is like Russell something or something. Somebody Russell.
Sounds like
Russell's
a surname.
part of his name. And this dude was like his right hand man at this time. This dude's like getting kids for him, like pretty much feeding kids to him. And
he's being his Ghislaine.
Pretty much, but this dude was into worse shit than Jared. This dude was already on the FBI's radar because he was found in a chat room soliciting bestiality pics to guys. Like, yo, you guys want the bestiality shit? And here's the thing, is like, they're interviewing these two girls, and they've introduced them at the beginning of the documentary, and they're like, we're two of the 14 victims of
JF?
Jared Fogle. And So anyway, they're like, you start to find out, it's like their mom married this Russell dude. So you're like, oh shit. So like mom fed him to, like he was never fucking the two kids, like the two stepchildren or whatever.
He's facilitating.
But he had nanny cams in the rooms they didn't know about, in their shower and stuff like that. Like he was like banging their friends and shit and feeding their friends to Jared.
That's a ghoul.
And shit like that. But they didn't find out that they were on, like when they busted this Russell guy before they busted Jared. And busting this Russell guy is what actually led them to finally be able to Jared.
Wow.
And they're like, their mom called them, was like, don't look at the news.
Oh.
So of course, what do? They look at the fucking news.
Obviously.
They're like, oh, this Russell guy's caught with pictures of child porn. And the police and FBI show up to these girls' school, pick them up, it's like, look, we got to show you something. This is horrible. And they're like, what? We don't want to see our dad's child porn or stepdad's child porn. They're like, yeah, you have to.
You kind of already have.
They're like, what do you mean? And then they showed them images, and it's just like them blocked out except for their face in like the shower, diddling their clams in their bedrooms and shit.
Jesus.
Because they were like 12 and 13, so they were just starting to be, become a woman. But so you get all this, and they're kind of like, is this? Can you identify yourself in this picture so we can say that this is definitely you? And they're like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's my sister. And the sister said, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's my other sister. And they're like, do you know who these other girls? They're like, oh my God, these are girls we've had over for sleepovers and shit like that. And it was just fucking ghoulish. But the bestiality videos this dude was trying to sell off people in this chat room was videos of a horse and these girls' mother.
Oh, the same girls?
The same girls. Their mother that married the dude.
Shyamalan plot twist.
You always think like, oh, mom didn't know anything that was going on. No, mom.
Oh, she did.
Like, yeah, the girls were getting granny cammed, which sucks, but she was getting railed out by a fucking horse, which is fatal. But then, they come to find out, mom was complicit in way more shit. Like, she was fucking kids too. She was in chat rooms telling how she wants to fuck her daughters and shit.
Jesus.
Dude, it was just like, oh, fuck. You want to take a shower as soon as you're done watching it.
God, put them under the jail.
It's fucking ridiculous. And the fact that Jared got 15 years, that Russell guy got 20 years, but the two girls' mom, 35.
Oh.
So what does that tell you? She's doing way worse shit than the other two.
The justice system is sexist.
So, yeah, Jared will be out soon.
Yeah. What do you think he's going to do?
He'll probably go into hiding.
Podcast?
He'll go into hiding.
You think so?
Or maybe open his own sandwich shop. You thought the cold cuts in my videos looked fresh? Like, oh!
It gets bigger when I pull on it.
Yeah. You know those roast beef sandwiches I showed you in those nanny cams? Like, oh, God, stop it, Jared.
Oh, man.
But it's funny as shit. They kept doing this thing. Because you always had, Jared smiling for the camera and shit like that. But then it would, pause to him, without a smile on his face, just, looking like a normal dude. But they would show it in slow motion. So it just made it look creepy somehow.
You really see
you can kind of do that to anybody.
You can really see the darkness behind his eyes.
Oh, and they would throw, a filter over the picture and shit. I'm like, look how evil he looks in this picture. I'm like, you guys are really hamming this shit the fuck up. Like, I could do that to anybody's picture and make them look like a creep. But yeah, dude, I watched that shit too. I was like, Jesus Christ. And the funny thing is I've actually watched it with my mother.
How?
And that's how.
How did Deb feel about this?
That's how we bond. There's parts of when I'm stifling laughter. Because all I'm thinking about is Jim Norton's Uncle Paul.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh God. And then there's some shit they said, and I was just like, she's like, come on.
It smells like copper. Someone's becoming a woman.
Yeah. Some of this shit, I was like, oh God. But my mom said something fucking hysterical. It showed one of the girls that was one of the victims, and she wasn't a very good looking girl. Okay? Whatever. She's
a real cousin?
Still a victim. And my mom's like, well, she's kind of unfortunate looking. Wonder why they have her on video. I was like,
Oh,
Holy
man.
shit, Deborah. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know, that is
It's like, you get, like, the worst shit ever to happen to you is, like, some old dude, like, just fucking crawling on top of you. And then like, after all that humiliation and just horrible shit happened to you in your life, scarring you forever, someone's gonna be like, ugh, her?
Yeah, well, now we have to have judgment cast from you, Deb?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
It's like, what, I wasn't hot enough to molest? Like,
God.
Jesus Christ. I was like, she's been through horrors, Mom. Give her a fucking break for not being a fucking 10.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm like, not to mention the fact she's like 14.
Yeah.
They all look awkward at that age. It's like, but yeah. Like, of course, I knew the Jared thing when it first happened, but then, of course, the news never got into detail. This gets into detail, and some of those calls, you're just like, because he doesn't use, like, any sly terms or any, like, secret code. He's like, I want to put my D in the A of a C. You know, it's just like, I want to pound the fuck out of a kid. And you're like, holy shit.
God.
And it's like, it shows text messages with him and that Russell guy, and he's always like, yo, I got fucking this girl that's like, she has a broken home. And he's like, oh, I bet that pussy's sweet. And you're just like, oh
Jesus.
my God.
Well, I know what I'm watching on Saturday.
And these dudes only got 15 and 20. That's the only time they're going to do. They'll still be old enough to fuck when they get out. Yeah.
They took down Jared when I was young enough. Like, I was young, but I was old enough to understand what was happening.
I was 49.
And he's about to get out of jail, and I'm still young.
I think he got sentenced 2014 or 2015. So 2030 he'll be out.
He got sentenced that late? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought he's been in jail longer than.
They didn't catch him till like then either.
Wow.
So it might have been a year after that, because trials take for fucking ever.
Yeah, I mean 2030 is only 7 years from now.
Yeah.
I'll still be in my fucking 30s.
He got 15 and a half years.
Oh.
So yeah, he had 14 victims, so he got a year for each victim. Like, Jesus Christ, they got lifetimes of scars and issues. And
they live with that shit for life, and he's just skating by whistling in jail.
And then they got a fucking 70-year-old woman from Wilmington, Delaware. It's just like, ugh.
She's unfortunate looking.
Which is the most, like, it's a way worse than saying, oh, she's an ugly, disgusting pig. It's just saying, well, she's unfortunate looking.
I'm glad you brought this back up, because I was about to say earlier, there's something about that observation that is just a little, like, it's a little darker than your average dig.
Yeah, it really is.
I heard somebody say that about my boss. Who met my boss for the first time? Man, that's an unfortunate looking woman. I'm like, hey!
That's like waves to, like, you're just like, what a disgusting pig that woman is. You're like, all right, you're an asshole. But it's like, well, she's unfortunate looking. You're like,
hey.
You're just kind of like, fuck, dude, what the hell's wrong with you?
Exactly. I was like, she's a 4, but she's my 4.
It's like, if I say, like, that guy's one stupid motherfucker, you're like, eh. But I'm like,
same.
That guy's a dimwit. You're just like,
yeah.
For some reason, she like dimwit, dullard,
dim bulb,
and shit like that. Oh, that shit's like somehow way more cutting than like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you got to put a little English on it.
Oh God, it's like when Tom Green and fucking Freddie Got Fingers like, do you ever feel like a stupid dummy? Which still fucking cracks me up to this goddamn day. Because it's just like, that movie's just obscenity after obscenity after obscenity. And he's like, do you ever just feel like a stupid dummy? It's just so fucking good.
You can't hurt me. Not with my cheese helmet on.
Ding dong, ding dong. I'm a sexy boy. Damn, that's some Jared bait right there.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine the fucking you work your ass off to become an FBI agent, right? Because it takes a lot to become
hard,
or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, like, do I get to solve murders? Nah. Do I get to stop like domestic terrorists? Nah.
Nay.
What do you got to do? What do I get to do, man? Like I'm ready. Like, I passed.
What's my assignment?
I'm trained at my peak here. It's like, oh, you get to sit in chat rooms and talk to pedos. You're like, fuck me. I'll be killing myself in about 2.5 years.
That's like those people who get hired at YouTube and other various like video hosting websites that have to look through the bad shit
to make sure there's no snuff.
Yes,
and kiddie porn and shit. Like, yeah.
The people at Google who do that at Google are supposedly only allowed to work that job for 1 year because
that makes
it's
sense.
so dark.
Hopefully the FBI does the same thing.
I think so, but hopefully they have to do it longer. Fuck the cops. Stupid.
Fuck 12. But it's like, yeah, it's like you train for all that shit. You're like, I'm gonna stop the next, I don't know, January 6th thing from happening. And there's like all this. Nay. Speaking of nay, you're going to be checking bestiality chat rooms and make sure there's no women getting fucking torqued out by a horse.
Oh, God.
There's no fucking Return of the Mr. Hands video. Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck, dude. It's fucking brutal.
Where were you when you saw that first time?
The Mr. Hands video?
Yeah.
I was tricked. It was, well, You're not too young that you don't remember like AIM, right? AIM
no, I can remember my first screen name, Skate 0 with a number 073091.
Mine was Pacino 612 as an Al Pacino, and 612 is my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's douchey as fuck, but whatever. All of them are douchey.
Mine was Skate 0 for Christ's sake.
But you know how like you could disguise a link?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we've talked about this before off pod.
Yeah, that's right. Meat spin,
lemon party. Blue waffle.
Yeah, they had proxies.
Yeah. Somebody got me with that, and it was Mr. Hands.
Once I got, I sent the meat spin one around like wildfire.
Oh, dude. I was definitely complicit in doing this shit myself. Yeah. I wasn't just a victim. I victimized others too.
Yes.
But like, I was like, I remember the first time somebody said it to me, I was like, that's fucking horrific. And like the person who sent it to me is like, the best part is he dies.
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck.
You always hear that after the fact too.
Yeah. He's what? Like, yeah, dude. He was like some like dentist or orthodontist or some shit. He actually paid to have that happen, and he ended up fucking croaking. Mm-hmm. And left behind children.
I had the pleasure of watching it in school. On a school computer in the library with, I think, two other people, including the person at the computer screen. And it was one of those, like, check this out moments. So you can't look away or you're a pussy. And I was just like, oh, outside I was like, ew, God. But inside I'm like, oh my God.
You're just like, my innocence shattered.
Yeah.
But it was always sick, like that one kid you knew that knew all the fucking porn sites that you could get on a school computer.
Proxy
because
websites.
It didn't have fucking like fuck.com or anything.
Yeah.
You had like, there's one that was called Ampland, AMPLAND.com. It was all just pictures. Like, there's no video, none of that shit. But, because this was a long time ago. And that would get through because the name doesn't set off any bells. And there's one that was like whitehouse.org or...
.com.
.com?
Mm-hmm. I remember whitehouse.com.
Yeah, and that one got through. Mm-hmm. And there's maybe one or two others. And that's actually the first time I saw puddingfarts.com, which is fucking...
That's a hilarious URL, number one.
Oh, dude, and it has underneath of pudding farts, it's just this girl farting into a big plate of pudding, and a little piece of poop flies out her butt. It's fucking great. But underneath it has like about 10 other links. One was cakefarts.com. Mm-hmm. So you click that, and it's just the same girl farting
into a huge cake.
Onto a cake. And it's just all these things are this girl farting onto random food items.
She's a real fart Fig Newton.
Damn, that's a fucking deep cut that like two people are going to get.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you went for it though, because I got it. The old Farvignugan. But yeah, just like, I was like, damn, what can't this girl do? She's a real journeyman farter. You know what I mean? She's real fuck. She's Renaissance as fuck, dude. Oh my God.
She's a learned tutor.
Like, do you know how much shit we had to go through to find the sites that we could get in school and just fucking
Yeah, proxy websites. And proxy websites would get blocked and we'd have to find a new one of those.
I remember this one kid. We had the one in high school, the one class that had computers in it was Mr. Parlett. He was a science teacher, but he was also taught the computer classes and shit. We were like just fucking looking up porn and shit on anything we could find on his computers. And I was just like, yo, Parlett's coming, dude. You better fucking get rid of that shit. And they're like, whatever. He probably fucking jerks off to this shit. We're not around. And he's directly behind my boy when he said that.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, what I do on my own time is my own business.
Oh, classic teacher
Bartlett
answer.
was the shit, dude. Because he was this like short king, dude. He was short as fuck, right? And he was kind of meek. But he had cauliflower ear in both ears and was the wrestling coach.
Oh, man.
And he was like, you could just tell he was wiry as fuck, right? He could fucking tear some people up, dude. But I was just like, yo.
Those people are fucking dangerous.
But I was like, dude, Bartlett's going to fuck this dude up. And he's just like, what I do on my own time is my own business. And he kind of said it with a smirk on his face. I was like, dude, you're a fucking G. You're the man, dude.
Some people just get it.
Like, they're like, yeah, they don't fucking take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
You know, even in front of, you know, the kids are supposed to be teaching.
Teenage boys.
But dude, his class after school, all like these nerd kids would go in there and they would play Doom, but they would have it set up. There was like 6 computers.
Auto tech.
All 6 computers were hooked up, so these kids were playing Doom together.
Yep, we did that.
And I was like, yo, this is the coolest shit in the fucking world.
I took auto tech for 2 years because we played Unreal Tournament in the computer room.
And the one kid that did Doom in that class, it was this kid named Harish, who I called Hashish, and he did not like that ever. But he was the kid
right there.
that would get you like CD-ROM porn. You would like burn it at home and bring it in for you, sell them. Dude, he had a racket going, that kid.
Real go-getter.
Yeah, like, dude, I bought shit off that guy. You fucking kidding me?
He's probably
video games, pornography, yeah.
He's probably rich now.
Oh, dude. He because of him, he was the first person that showed me Bang Bus. Because he was just like, you couldn't pick what you wanted pornography-wise.
Yeah.
You were like, you gave him $5, he gave you a CDR, which it wasn't even like a DVD, because DVDs didn't exist yet. And you just had to throw it in your computer.
To load it in the computer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was like Bang Bus, Bookworm Bitches, and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. When you said you couldn't pick it, my brain immediately went to torrents and stuff, like your LimeWires, FrostWire.
I don't honestly know where he got it from. I didn't want to know how the sausage was made. I was just happy I was in the pipeline. You know what I mean? And
I'm just happy to be here.
And I was, I was at that thing. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll jerk off to whatever,
Sure.
I'm an equal opportunity fapper. Like whatever the girl looks like, I don't give a shit. Even
sure,
they are unfortunate looking.
Yeah,
and there was some fucking like scars on their ass and shit like that, and just like C-section scars. I'm like, I don't care. I'm still in.
I don't know. There's something about a freaky, ugly girl that I really like too.
I like girls with jacked teeth for some reason.
Mm-hmm. You're a real Jeremy Tingle mouth.
Oh no, not that bad. Jesus Christ.
So just a little crooked, like bottom row, maybe. Or some sticking out big ones up top.
Their teeth will be normal, but like the one canine will be like slightly twisted around,
like this one,
but a little more jacked.
More, yeah.
Or I know what you mean. Or a light chip to it. You know?
Oh yeah.
What's that? But it just like that. Like I was like, yeah, something about it. Or like just like the slightly unshuffled deck. Mm-hmm. Bottom row where it looks like you didn't wear your retainer after your braces came off.
I didn't.
That's why my bottom teeth look like they do. But
I'm
not talking about like a mouth that looks like a fistful of car keys, but like just like a light jack tooth. You're like not like a fucking dead tooth either. Those freak me the fuck out.
Well, they'll make your whole mouth stink.
And they're like gray.
Yeah, it's just.
But only on half.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, why is the bottom white and the top's like just grayer than a tombstone? It's like,
yeah, there's something.
There's so much stories and so much to unpack about why your tooth is like that. Because like just like a jack tooth, you're like, all right, you just grew up with jack teeth. You sucked your thumb. You didn't get braces.
No braces. I almost didn't get braces. I get it.
I wore braces for 2 fucking years.
Same, 2.5 years. Got them off.
Yeah. And just constantly getting bitched at because I didn't brush well enough. I'm like, there's not enough of my tooth exposed to brush.
Do you have any fucking idea? Of course they do, but it's like, do you have any fucking idea how long it takes to brush your teeth and clean your braces and try and floss? Are you stupid?
Not to mention the fact that braces would fuck up a toothbrush so fucking quick.
That too.
Because this was pre-rubber bristles. This is like, now it's not like those ones today when you can get like those rubber bristles and shit on them.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. They're fucking sick, dude. Like the outer side of them, I have an electric one. The outer side is rubber bristles. It's mostly used for gum massaging.
I bet you do have an electric massager.
Oh, it's fucking great, dude. I love my toothbrush. But like, yeah, you used to have like these shitty toothbrushes that we used to get free at the dentist. That's what my mom would
That's
always
how
make
I would
us
get
use.
it. That's exactly how I would get a toothbrush.
Yeah. The only reason we went every year is so we could get a free toothbrush.
And a new travel toothpaste in a little bag.
Yeah. So when you fucking brush your teeth and like your braces are shredding bristles. So your toothbrush is just fucked within like a month. Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay. So I can brush around this. Like the inside of my teeth, like the inside there, spotless. The outside, I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I can only do so much.
It's hard.
Going at it with floss, we went and bought a water pick and all that shit.
They were trying their damnedest to get my mom to buy one of those at my orthodontist, and she was like, I'm not buying that fucking thing. Are you crazy?
I have one now, and I fucking love it.
It seems great.
Yeah, when I had braces, I was like, yo, fuck this. I don't want to spend 30 minutes like on things, like, because it took me like a good 5 minutes just to brush my teeth. And then like the rest of it, you're like, okay, then I got floss, I got to do this, I got to get those little gay rubber bands on it.
And the little brush thing to clean in between the brackets. That's what they're called, brackets.
And then you take it off, and you're still underneath those braces is way whiter than the rest of your tooth, no matter what.
My teeth were so fucked up when my braces came off.
I had white dots on mine for a good 6 months.
Yep, I sure did.
Until luckily, poor dental health fucking evened them out.
Oh, good.
But yeah,
I was like, I'm not doing all this shit before bed.
Yeah,
you think I'm gonna stop playing Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage for this?
And I'm definitely not waking up 20 minutes early.
Absolutely.
When I already got to be at fucking school at 7 a.m.
I'd have to,
and then after 2 years of wearing the fucking braces, they're like, yo, you got to wear a retainer for another one. You're like, nah.
Wrong.
Nah.
That's where you're wrong.
It's like, nah, Uncle Sam, I did my tour of duty. I'm fucking I'm coasting out. I don't give a fuck. And now my bottom teeth, like the canines, stick out further than the rest. And, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not a model. I don't give a shit.
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yo, we're rolling right along. You want to get into some news?
Yeah, dude. Lay it on. What you got?
I got a couple things. I got 4 stories today.
Oh.
It was a good news week.
4 stories.
4 stories and 7 years ago. Let's see. Here's a good one to start with, I think. Let's see. And okay. So, you don't drive.
I don't.
You ever bought a car?
I have not.
You understand the concept of buying a car?
You give someone capital and they give you car.
Mm-hmm. Much like that, yeah. This woman bought a... Does it say the year?
2003 Dodge Neon.
Close. A Ford Escort.
Yes.
She bought an old, like, pre-2000s Ford Escort for $289 a month for 84 months.
It's the only Escort I won't buy.
That's like 6 years of paying $289 a month for a car that's probably worth $1,000.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're really lucky.
If it has a ground effects kit and a wing.
Yeah. Social media has highlighted that people spend too much time focusing on other people. Some people show off for the sake of impressing others. Meanwhile, other people show off for the sake of proving others wrong. In any case, there are people who spend their time making fun of people who are showing. What the fuck? This is atrocious. However, a situation... They said showing off 17 times in the first paragraph. However, with a situation like this, Ford Escort does deserve a second look. Anybody in need of a serviceable car should look at this woman, what this woman did, and do the exact opposite. The woman purchased a car that can't be worth much more than $1,500. While she is spending less than $300 a month for her car, the car is already 25 years old. Okay, so I nailed it. It's a 98. The lady has gone viral because of the promo post where she is making $289 monthly payments for the next 84 months, which is 7 years.
Could that possibly have something to do with her insurance, or?
It sounds like somebody suckered her. And she probably has no credit and was approved for a super high interest loan. And they're like, here, we'll finance you. No credit, no credit, no problem. That's exactly what happens when people don't have fucking credit.
But I'm just saying, what she can do, put a ground effects kit, a wing on it, tint out those windows, put like a nice matte finish on it.
Yep.
And she can either A, sell it to someone in Eastern Europe or a nice Mexican dude from down in Southern Delaware.
Yes. I'll see you in the McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah, dude. Just like make sure you kick the muffler off so it's super loud. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, dude, you can say like, I'll trade you this for all your strawberries.
Yeah, it sounds like a Skyline, but it's a Ford.
He's like, oh, he's wearing a mesh shirt and cowboy boots. Yeah.
for some reason.
That actually, the mesh shirt and cowboy boots goes for the Mexican and the Eastern European.
It's true.
Yeah.
One of them is cropped higher than the other, but actually maybe not.
And one of them's squatting to smoke. Yeah.
They're both oddly wearing track pants, though, and cowboy boots.
They know comfort. They're comfort boys. Is that it for that one?
Yeah, I thought it was a funny story.
That was a dud.
Yeah. California sheriff has stopped asking residents to call... has asked residents to stop calling 911 on planets in the sky.
Yo. All right, look, I want to hate, but there's times like... Because you figure we grow up around a city, and there's a lot of light pollution. So when it's like pitch fucking blackout and you see like some like red thing in the sky, you're instantly like, what the fuck is that? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time, like because I follow all those stupid websites, like, yo, if you go out at this time of night, you can see Venus, Mercury, and blah blah blah. And every time I go out and I look to where it's supposed to be in the sky, I got a compass on the phone so I can see. No, I'm looking in exactly the right spot, and I don't see shit because it's never dark enough in my neighborhood because there's just light pollution everywhere. Mm-hmm. So. For some reason, I was in a place that didn't have a lot of light pollution, and I looked up and I saw like something that I've always wanted to see, like Jupiter or whatever. I'd be like, oh my god, it's the fucking mothership.
You're not calling the cops, though. What are the cops going to do? That's their point.
That's true.
Modesto, California.
That's a good fucking point.
2 shiny dots in the sky Wednesday night apparently startled some residents in California's Central
Weather
Valley.
Balloons, man.
Spy balloons. Mm-hmm. The Stanislaus County sheriff took to Facebook Thursday to tell people they shouldn't call 911 as NASA confirmed the stars were in fact Jupiter and Venus.
Nice. The red planet, man. No, that's Mars. Fuck
Mars. Me. There is no reason to report this, the sheriff said, adding they received multiple calls to dispatch. These 2 planets were incredibly close as Venus slowly shifted towards Jupiter, passing each other just a half degree apart, NASA explained on its website.
You know what would be great, though, is if next week we had another article from this same paper in this same county, Stanislaus County or whatever it is, and it's like, the sheriff has asked us to stop calling 911 on robberies. The next week... The sheriff has asked us to stop calling 911 on arson.
It gets even worse. Any sexual assault that does not result in a homicide.
Yeah. It's just like, when asked for comment, the sheriff said, ugh, leave me alone.
I'm trying to play fucking Fortnite over here.
It's like, dude, I just leveled up my character in Elden Ring, and I got this fucking 6 sword. Could you guys please just fuck off?
I just got the Godskin peeler.
Yeah, I just got the Godskin peeler, so who gives a shit about your molestation, Junior? Ugh.
The comments on the sheriff's post brought a little humor to the situation. Calling 911 on stars is a new one, replied one resident. I love the thought process. Oh my God, what is that in the sky? Maybe the sheriff can help. This is a comment that strikes close to my heart. I think about this shit a lot. These people drive on the same roads as we do, and they vote. To which I say, so true, bestie. According to the National Weather Service, the next time Venus and Jupiter will be this close together will be February 7th, 2032.
I can't really hate on that sheriff, too, because I actually did used to date a girl that every time she would look up in the sky and see something that wasn't, like, the moon. Oh, my God, what the fuck is
What's that?
I'm like, it's like it's the fucking North Star. Like, everybody knows what the North Star is. One of the brightest stars in the sky. Like, it's the fucking North Star.
Also, do you see a fucking blue jacket on me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dick.
Am I fucking SETI? Am I NASA? Ugh. It's just like, what the fuck is that? And you're like, it's a helicopter. At night?
You know
I'm
what?
like, yeah, things happen at night. It's not like all helicopters go to sleep.
This actually reminds me of something that fucking bugs the fuck out of me. That has everything to do with that. When people ask you, what is that? Or who is that? What does that mean? Or something. When you have no fucking authority or reason why you would ever know such a thing.
Oh, so you mean like watching a television program or a movie with a woman?
Exactly that. I mean, speaking to my girlfriend.
Let's go to see this movie that just came out 5 minutes ago, and it's the first showing in our fucking town.
I already know.
Who's that character? What's going to happen to him? You're like, motherfucker. If you weren't going to blow me when we got home, like, I would never take you out.
It's like, when I guarantee this question will come out when I watch that Jared documentary. So what's going to happen? Or so what's going on?
It's like
before it happens.
It's like, yo, if you wait 5 seconds,
I say this.
All your questions are going to be answered.
I say this every time. I say, if you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes,
if you'll watch
probably
the fucking
learn.
program, it'll probably tell you everything you need to know.
Jesus Christ!
And you're like, yo, this movie came out like an hour ago.
It's Thursday at midnight.
You know, it's like
I don't know.
I'm not like a Ebert or Roper. I didn't get the advanced screening copy. Yeah. I'm just a dude. It's like I dated a girl once that was so bad with her that like certain movies that if I really wanted to see a movie, I would have to call one of the homies. I'd be like, look, like I'm a fucking comic dork. So the Marvel movies, I'm like, no, I got to call one of the homies to go see this because I'm not fucking taking her to see this. Because it's but if it was just like some like low budget slasher or like just some like comedy movie, all right, I'll take her. But yeah, anything that I actually wanted to pay attention to and focus on, no dice.
Yeah.
A show that I cared about or something on TV I cared about, no,
not a chance. That Barbarian movie,
it would actually,
definitely a girlfriend movie.
It would actually help me because I would purposely watch the shit she wanted to watch when we were just Netflixing. I was like, whatever you want to watch, because I didn't give a fuck if she interrupted. Or like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. Like, it's not real, right? It's just there's a script. It's like, did you think they were just going to keep everything bland and even keeled through the entire show and have nothing like to happen to further the story in this?
There's a thing about those reality shows. If you check the credits at the end of the episode, there's a title called Script Supervisor. That's there for a reason. It's because it's not real.
I remember when Game of Thrones came out. I was dating a girl and just like I kind of wanted to watch that show because it always had titties and ass in it.
It's quite good.
And after like the third season, I quit just because she had got me so fucking frustrated watching the show that I had lost track of completely everything that was going on.
Yeah, no coming back.
And I was just like, you know what? You've soured me on this so fucking much. I don't want to keep going.
You should come back to it until it gets after.
It got weird too because like there was way too much incest.
Well, after the final battle with the Night King, that's when you stop watching that show. It was a good show.
I was infatuated with this one girl on the show, this ginger that was like, what were the people that lived outside the wall?
The wildlings.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There was this redhead.
Fuck yeah, there was.
Like cussing and shit, calling that one dude.
She's like Conor McGregor.
What the fuck was that? What was the one dude? He was one of the kids of Ned Stark, but it wasn't really his kid. It was like some bastard he kept.
Jon Snow.
Yeah, bastard. And like she ended up fucking Jon Snow.
Yeah, she did.
And she was kind of busted looking, but like we just said,
ugly hot.
Fuck
yeah.
And I was just like, oh, dude, she would probably give like the mean, like ferocious hand jobs that I love. Like
exactly.
She's the girl that would like punch me in the dick while I was coming. So I was like, yeah, she's hot. I want to keep watching this. But then after, I just like, I can't watch TV shows with you because this either you're ruining it by talking, or this girl's getting me so fucking worked up. I'm just like.
I can't tell if it's her or Conor McGregor talking.
I don't know Conor
Any
McGregor.
man who fights me is the second richest man in the world.
I don't know anything about that fucking Lucky Charm.
Fucking Jon Snow.
I couldn't care fucking less about UFC.
There's a moment though when
wait, no, I did see him throw a fucking folding chair at a bus once, and I was like, why are you so mad at a bus? That's so fucking dumb. Like, yo, the dude you're mad at is in the bus. And here's the thing with buses. Those side doors, I don't think they lock. You can just go. Just go on it.
I'm just kidding.
Hit him.
Well, he was fighting Nate Diaz. One of the times he was fighting Nate Diaz, this white trash kid from Stockton, California. Like
Diaz sounds white.
Yeah. Well, they're the kind of they're white boys who are dangerous from the hood. And he was like,
it's a nice Irish name, Diaz.
I'm going to fucking get you like a gazelle. And Nate Diaz, without missing a beat, goes, yo, dog, nobody knows what a gazelle is. It was so good.
Oh, fuck. I do love dismantling like that when someone's like, I'll fuck you up and blah, 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 blah. And then instead of just saying, oh, no, I'll fuck you up, they're just like, yeah, you're dumb as fuck, dude. Like, that's funny to me.
Classic.
Like, instead of just feeding into the, yo, no, I'll fuck you up, it's like, no one knows what a gazelle is.
Your shoes look dumb.
Like, what are you doing? You're unfortunate looking. Callback, thank you, you're welcome.
That's right. Speaking of unfortunate, Trump and January 6th.
Kanye.
Trump and January 6th prisoners collaborate on a new song called Justice for All.
Yo.
I will add the song in post.
Oh, it's out?
Yes.
Dude.
I'll add a clip of it.
I hate Metallica, but I really hope they fucking like give it a cease and desist.
That would just be the icing on the fucking cake for Lars to be like, that's my song.
Or just like somehow if like they make any money off of that, Lars just waits until it makes money and goes, actually, and just steps in and just takes all that shit.
You can't take our song titles. Or however the fuck he talks.
Or just fucking just go in and say, yeah, man, we were the backup band on that track, and just like ruin that stupid band forever.
Royalties, thank you. Then President Donald Trump speaks to supporters from the Ellipse near the what? It's not Ellipsis. It's,
the Ellipse, yeah. It's the right outside the
near the White House.
Yeah.
On January 6, 2021.
That's where he gave the speech before everything went nuts on January 6th.
Donald Trump and a group of individuals incarcerated for their alleged involvement in the January 6th riot have collaborated on a song called Justice for All. It will debut Thursday night at midnight on streaming services, including Apple Music and Spotify, according to a person with knowledge of the project.
Someone with knowledge of the project.
Yeah, a.k.a. the fucking producer, me. The track interpolates Trump reciting the Pledge of Allegiance into the Star-Spangled Banner, which is performed by a group of about 20 inmates called the J6 Prison Choir, housed at the Washington, D.C. jail.
It'll be like the sickest gang chorus ever.
The song ends with the inmates chanting, USA, USA.
Yes! Into a dive bomb. Into a pick slide. And then there's like boom, boom, bop, boom, bop. I'm like, oh shit.
They're moshing.
Skank beat? He threw the skank beat behind that shit?
A China symbol and nothing else.
The MPU, the Moss Propulsion Unit. Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude.
Profits are slated to benefit the families of people imprisoned for their alleged roles in the Capitol riots that left 5 people dead, including one Ashley Babbitt. Rest in peace.
Oh, R.I.P. to them titties.
Trump recorded the Pledge of Allegiance at Mar-a-Lago a couple of weeks ago, specifically for this track. How many takes do you think
it took him?
3. This is boring. We need a Diet Coke. The inmates.
I will give Donnie his fucking due. He can probably recite that shit, and I don't think Sleepy Joe could. Old Joe Brandon. He was like, corn pop.
I purchased in Saudi Arabia.
That fucking place. You know the place? You've been to the place. You know what the place is? Of course you don't. You're a lion, dog face, pony soldier.
The inmates who sing the national anthem nightly were recorded over a jailhouse phone about a month ago. The song, which runs 2 minutes and 20 seconds, was reportedly produced by a major recording artist who was not identified, Kanye West.
Honestly, dude, if he got Kanye to produce that shit, people are going to listen to it.
Wouldn't he, though? Wouldn't he get him to produce it?
I'm just saying, Kanye's a decent producer.
Listen, Kanye, you owe me a favor.
I just think it's funny that like all those people were pissed off that like he said he'd pardon us, yeah. And he's like he didn't pardon anybody, you know. And then all of a sudden, hey, since I couldn't pardon any of you and get you out of jail, let's make a sick mixtape. And they're just like, yo, let's go.
Trump's scheduled to make a public appearance at CPAC where he will deliver a speech with the song.
Actually, if he's gonna drop, it's gonna be CPAC.
Get it? Because it's a rap.
See what I did
it's
there?
A rap song?
Yeah. Give me that fourth story, boy. Bless you.
All right. This is a good one. What's his name? Rick DeSantis?
I believe so, yes.
DeSantis, appointee...
Gavin? No, it's Gavin Newsom. Yeah, Rick DeSantis.
DeSantis appointee to new Disney Oversight Board suggested tap water could turn people gay.
Well...
An appointee to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, new oversight
Rick.
in control of Disney's special tax district, called homosexuality evil last year and shared a baseless conspiracy theory that tap water could be making more people gay.
Well, at least it's not the frogs making the water gay like it was last time. No, it was the other way around. Never mind.
Yep. On Monday, the Republican governor appointed Ron Perry, an Orlando-based former pastor and CEO of The Gathering, a Christian ministry.
He's a juggalo? 2 scoops and whoop, dude.
focused on outreach to men as one of 5 people who will now oversee the Reedy Creek Improvement District, the government body that has given Disney unique powers in Central Florida for more than half a century. So the board, this board that oversees DeSantis is anti-Disney. He's taking their shit away in Florida, even though they employ a ton of people down there. He
hates Mickey.
Yeah.
It's those weird gloves, dude.
Ron, you gotta go.
Like, why is he wearing gloves? He's not doing forensics. What the fuck, dude?
DeSantis signed a bill.
You don't even have a shirt. Huh? He doesn't have a fucking shirt. Why are you wearing gloves? Fucking freak.
If Goofy's a dog, why does he have Pluto, who's a dog?
Damn.
Never thought about it, huh?
Do you think if like they gave Pluto like a shirt and a hat, all of a sudden he needs to start walking upright?
Why not?
Or if they took like, yo, Goofy, give me those fucking Wranglers.
Run them jeans, Goofy.
Yeah. And Goofy takes his like jeans off like when he gets home and shit, and all of a sudden he just like gets on all fours and like curls up in that little floor bed.
Yeah, it's cute.
That's probably adorable. Either way, they're both angels.
DeSantis signed a bill in February that allowed him to replace the district's existing board, mostly people with ties to Disney, with a 5-member body he handpicked. To remove power from Disney comes nearly a year after the company spoke out against a Florida bill, which DeSantis had signed into law, to restrict certain classroom instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity. So this all ties back to DeSantis trying to oust anybody who's pro-LGBTQ down there. Ron Perry's past comments found that he frequently made derogatory remarks about them. So this is where it gets good. So why are there homosexuals today? There are any number of reasons, that are given. Some would say the increase in estrogen in our societies. There's estrogen in the water from birth control pills. They can't get it out. This is Ron Perry.
It's like the reason there's homosexuals is because putting your dick into really tight places fucking rules. That's why.
Perry baselessly said in a January 2022 Zoom discussion, later put on YouTube, the level of testosterone in men broadly in America has declined by 50 points in the last 10 years, you know? And so maybe that's a part of it. But the big part I would suggest to you, based upon what it's saying here, is the removal of constraint, he continued. So our society has provided the constraint, and so which is the responsibility of a society constraining people from doing evil? Well, you remove the constraints, and then evil occurs.
You know what's great about any story that comes out about Disney now is that no matter what, it's all pales in comparison to the OG Disney story. Walt.
The Nazi.
2 of them. Him being a Nazi sympathizer and him being had his head cryogenically frozen.
Is that true?
I don't know, but yeah.
How many... We sadly...
Because me saying yes, it is true, is funny.
Yeah.
So I'm stick with it. So anything else is like, yo, the water turns you gay. Is like, yeah, but Nazi sympathizer. But...
How
I don't know why, instead of worrying about Jews or gay people, you got to worry about the real threat that is actually caused by Disney themselves. Adults with no kids that go to Disney.
I was just about to say, how many Disney adults do we know between the two of us?
Everything Adolf Hitler says about Jews, gypsies, Polacks,
homosexuals,
retarded people, all of that shit is 100% true about Disney adults with no kids.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna
everything.
We know between the two of us a handful, if not more, of Disney
way too
adults.
many.
Too many is
way
the correct number. That's exactly right. How many times do you have to go to Disney before they show you his frozen head?
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they go. It's like, we just want to finally get the keys to the secret room in the back of the Magic Kingdom where you can see the fucking Mr. Freeze dome with his head in it.
I want to see it.
That's actually, know what? So I take everything. No, I don't take everything back. Because I'll wait for some other millionaire to get his head frozen or billionaire to get his head frozen. I'm sure that Shifty Soros will do it soon. That's my new name for it, Shifty Soros, dude. That just makes him sound like a real rascal.
It's a nice Trump nickname, too, with the alliteration.
Like, Shifty Soros isn't like some like billionaire that's like running the country. He's just some little rapscallion that's walking around with a slingshot in his back pocket and a helicopter beanie. You know, that's Shifty Soros, and he's just like, he has his own, has his own Sunday comic in the back of the paper. Yeah, Shifty Soros is a good boy, but he's just a little mischievous.
Shifty Soros.
We've been talking a lot about pornography, so let's not break the streak.
I was gonna say, I hope this comes up soon.
Now, I sent you pictures. So you know what I'm going with.
2.
Now, I sent you 2. This is a segment we regularly have on here called How Do They Party? And it is based around the IAFD website, which is the Internet Adult Film Database, a.k.a. IMDb for people like me. Now, I sent you 2 pictures because this is the Hollywood edition. Mm-hmm. And that means both of these females have names based on Hollywood actresses.
Oh, can I ponder it while I piss?
You may.
I'm gonna.
Why don't you pause so I can pee as well?
Okay.
All right.
Hollywood names?
Yeah, as I was saying, these are Hollywood names here. They're very clever. Now, would you like to start with the brunette or the redhead?
I think I would like to start with the brunette.
You want to start with the brunette?
Yeah.
Her videos are way more enjoyable. And that brunette, what do you think her name is? How clever do you think she is?
Marilyn Monroe.
I will give you a hint. She kind of looks like her. And she frequently wears her hair short, so.
Can I see a picture of just her face? Oh, it's Emma Watson.
Somewhat close. That is Natalie Portman.
Ah.
I know.
Pretty close.
It was right on the tip of your tongue, dude.
Or the tip of something else.
Dude, I'm giving you the fucking... she's got a laundry list of great fucking film titles here. Amateur Allure features Audrey Hepburn and Natalie Portman sucking and swallowing. It's a pretty good one. What else we got here? We can't forget Brickzilla and his 13-inch
Fuck yeah.
cock. We can't forget that one, dude.
Monsters of Cock.
Dude.
Dog fart extraordinaire.
Dude, Brickzilla, dude.
Yeah, Shorty Mac.
You know who Brickzilla is.
I sure do.
See, I don't. I was like, yo, this dude...
Mandingo,
now,
Jack Napier, sure.
You see this fucking girl's, her like, list of, like, movie titles? Her and Brickzilla are, like, fucking peas and carrots, dude. They're like Jenny and Forrest. She was also in 2019's Flatty's Got It Going On.
Ooh.
I know, right? That old fucking one. Fucking My Stepdaughter and Her Girlfriend. Handjob from a Psycho Nurse. Helmet Head. I no fucking clue.
It's the Spaceballs parody.
Oh, maybe.
Darth Helmet.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now, this is one of my favorites of hers, is 2020's So Much Ass Eating.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what it's about, though. That's the really
big
problem,
just,
you know?
The title doesn't give me much.
But it's just like, so much ass eating. There's like, the dude like who filmed it was just had to step back like, man, so much ass eating.
This is kind of gratuitous.
And like the director's like, you've nailed it, Jeffrey. That's the perfect title. Now she was also in V for Vagina and Welcome to the Jizz Biz. Now, this is a hard question to ask in How Do They Party because she's a woman. And as we know, women in the porn industry, they're fucking go-getters. They're real jack of all trades. No pun intended.
Jack off all trades, maybe.
Waka. Now, is Nat, that's why I call her Nat, because me and her, we're cool.
Yeah.
You know?
You're tight like that.
Hetero, lesbian, all the above.
She's all the above.
Of course she is. She's a fucking girl. She's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Now.
Plus, with titles with Brickzilla, she's obviously not just les.
Yeah, it just means she's bow-legged. I mean,
ran through, if you will.
Like I've like, it's like I see the pornos with like the black dudes in it, with those fucking just like solid pumpernickel loaves they're just shoving into women.
Those meat hooks.
And I'm just like, do the girls have to take like the next day off?
I hope so.
Or like 2 or 3 days? Because yeah, maybe they'll go fuck that dude James Dean and be like, all right, you know what? I might take the rest of the afternoon off.
Yeah, it'll rough you up a bit.
But like a dude like I don't really know many black porn stars by name other than, let's just say the old chestnut Mr. Marcus.
You can't forget the GOAT, Lexington Steele.
Oh yeah, good fucking point. Lexington Steele was, dude, he was a trailblazer, dude. He was, who was the Olympic athlete, Jesse Owens? Mm-hmm. He was the Jesse Owens of black dudes in porn. Without a doubt. But do you think, like, Lex Steele would go in there and shit, and girls would be like, you know what? I'll do the scene, yeah, but you need to give me Thursday until, like, Tuesday off.
Maybe the real soldiers only took
Well, it depends on how the girl, like, if it was, like, some small, frail white bitch.
A Piper Perry, if you will.
Like a Piper Perry or a Lexi Bell or someone like that.
A Skin Diamond.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, she's got, like, but then if you got, like, Samantha 38G or Siri.
Kayla Cleavage.
Yeah, like, those girls, like, you gotta be, like, they probably just fucking, brush off their shoulders, take a shower, and go back to work.
You know what? That Kayla Cleavage, that reminds me of a Shane Diesel.
Oh, fuck, dude. See, they all coming back, dude. Mm-hmm. So, that being said, Natalie Portman, how does she party?
Yeah, she's a all of the above, remember? Mm-hmm. So
now, the second part of the question, where it gets dark or light, depending. Does she party on Earth or as it is in heaven?
I have to go with the latter this time, just on the law of averages. We've covered a lot of people who are still alive. So
you're saying she's still alive or she's dead?
She's dead.
She is still rocking, dude.
All right.
Not only is she still alive, she's still fucking putting in the work. She's not one of those fucking pussies, no pun intended.
No pun intended.
that go in there like, I'm going to do my 5 years and then fuck off, And like, no. Nat. Dude, she's a worker, dude. Shows up every day, bright as sunshine. She's still killing it, dude.
A workhorse, if you will. A Mr. Hands, if you will. A Mrs. Hands, maybe.
Oh, dude. But I ain't gonna lie. There's some videos I've JO'd to of Natalie Portman, and it looks like she hadn't washed her hair in like 6 weeks.
Nice.
Teeth yellow as fuck. You're just like, damn, you're a dirty bird. Did I finish? Yeah, I did.
It goes without saying.
So, old Natalie Portman, she's still with us. So, she's a certified party animal.
Okay.
You could say. Now, let's move on to our Ginger. What do you think her clever Hollywood-based name is?
Can I see the photo one more time?
Yes, you may. Not...
She looks like...
Same hair color as the person she's named after, but face-wise, not so much.
She looks like somebody. Man, this is tricky.
If it helps, she's an A-cup cutie.
Lame.
I don't know, man. Some A-cup cuties are still some workers.
I'm going to go Pamela Henderson.
Nah. Way more clever, dude. That is Nicole Kidman.
Ah, she does look like Kidder.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's get into her fucking extensive fucking back catalog. Let's talk about Bang Delta Pi. You see that one? Did you see that one, did you? What about Creepy Ass Clowns? Oh, fuck, I just lost it. God damn it, fat thumbs. Sorry. Where the hell did it go? Did I lose it?
Is it a photo or a note?
I have a list on my phone of all the fucking shit she's been in. Creepy Ass Clowns Perverted Circus. Creepy Fuckers. We know plenty of them. Or has it got Hot Buttered Anal Churning.
Nice.
It's a good one, right? Mm-hmm. What do we got here? Masturbathon. I like that one.
Me on my days off.
This is for anyone. Oh, yeah. How do you feel about Rub That Hairy Muff?
Nice.
Which is weird because all the videos I've seen her in, she's not rocking a sweater, dude. I don't know. Maybe like she only like filmed that stuff in like the summertime. And they just happened to catch her in like February that time.
A transitional period, if you will.
And here's a title that really leaves a lot to your imagination. Small Hands grabs anal doll by the ass.
I know Small Hands.
Oh, that's a person?
It's a guy, yeah.
He's assuming the name is pretty much what it means.
Not quite. He's a pretty stocked guy. Even in the cock department, he's like a more tattooed looking James Dean. Anyway,
why the fuck the name though?
It sucks.
That fucking
his tattoos suck too.
That throws me the fuck.
Fuck him.
You really care about the guy's tattoos?
It takes it away. It takes me out of it.
Yeah, but Small Hands grabs anal doll by the ass. Like, so like, is he grabbing her by the cheeks? Is he grabbing her by the hole? Leaves a lot to the imagination.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, we obviously know by these titles that she fucks dudes.
Mm-hmm. Straight as an arrow. Final answer.
Does she fuck women as well, this Nicole Kidman?
No.
You're right.
Every
scene she's done has been straight that I found has been straight as an arrow, dude. I don't know. I know, right? Now, do you think she is with us or with her ancestors?
I haven't seen her.
How does she party, dude?
I haven't seen her face before. I think she's in Valhalla. I think she's left us.
Let's get to her hero's journey. All right, she had a hero's journey, dude. She did about 7 years in the biz. She made only about, she only made about 40, 50 videos.
It's not much.
By that I mean scenes.
Yeah,
we know how it works nowadays. It's not like, the 70s or the 80s. Now, she left the business, became a medical assistant, and worked her way up to registered motherfucking nurse. That's right. She's a lifesaver. What do you think about that?
She's no hero.
You don't think she's a hero?
Nah.
From getting out of porn and becoming a fucking registered nurse?
Yeah, nurses aren't fucking heroes.
Oh. That being said, she later hung herself from a ceiling fan.
Aha! I was right. Again.
So, R.I.P. to a real one, Nicole motherfucking Kidman. Anybody listen to this, next time you're on Pornhub, X videos, whatever your fucking flavor, look her up and give her a good 5-knuckle shuffle in the name of the Irrelevant and Illiterate podcast.
Now, Nicole Kidman was in Eyes Wide Shut.
So, I've never seen that, but I heard it's got some tits in it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Now, what would...
The reason I haven't seen it because I think Tom Cruise is in it.
Yeah, he is.
And he fucking scares me, so I can't watch his movies.
He's the main character.
He scares the fuck out of me.
It's honestly underwhelming.
He's terrified. He terrifies me.
Huh.
Him and John Travolta. I have this really weird fear of Scientologists. They scare the shit out of me.
Oh, that must be that explains your aversion to Will and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah. That and because Will Smith's a bitch and fucking Jada Pinkett stinks. Yeah, so I never saw Eyes Wide Shut. It's good though?
It's fine.
Does she get railed out in it?
Yeah, she does actually.
Does she show anything?
Yes, she does.
Oh, God bless her. Because she's like one of my favorite things ever, which is when a girl is so pale you can hold a 60-watt light bulb behind her and see her heartbeat, you know?
She's an Australian, though.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
She appropriates Americans.
Dude,
fuck
Australians are dirty birds, and I love them for it.
All right.
Like I said, that's the kind of girl that would get angry at me for not coming fast enough.
Probably.
Yell at me.
That's a good point.
Berate my mother in front of me.
Who's unfortunate looking?
Now, honestly, the funny thing is one movie that I fell in love with Nicole Kidman at one point in my life. Excuse me.
You okay over there? Shit.
I'm ready to barf, right? But she did this movie. It was released only in Australia. I think it did eventually make its way to the U.S. That's how I fucking saw it. It was a movie called BMX Bandits. It was like her and like two dudes, and they had like this BMX gang. They were like running from criminals and shit, doing sick tricks and stuff like that.
Sounds tight.
And it used to always be on at like 5 or 6 a.m. on like movie channels. Like, so that's always be like when I'd be either getting up for school, then later getting up for work. It would always find its way. I have seen that movie unintentionally 10 times to the point where I was like, yeah, Nicole Kidman's hot as fuck. Now, in this movie, she's probably like 17 or 18, which is creepy. But I was like, yo, she's fucking hot as shit. And then, like, the early stuff she did, like, the bigger movies, I'm like, she's hot as shit. And then she hooked up with Tom, and I'm like, nah.
You'll
peace.
Be a woman soon.
I'm like, peace out, dude. I can't fuck with you now, dude. You hang out with a fucking gray alien. I don't fuck with you. You're weird.
I mean, she's been separate from Tom for so long, though.
Oh, that's right. He's fucking like juniors now, right? Like,
well, you know what? Tom Cruise ruined Katie Holmes for me, too. I kept wanting to say Kathy Bates.
I never got anything out. No dick in the world's going to ruin Kathy Bates for me.
Another soldier.
Oh, my God. God bless her. You see Misery? I fap to that constantly. But
I bet
Katie Holmes never did much for me.
Yeah.
Because there's a hotter version of Katie Holmes, and her name is Mila Kunis.
Fact.
And she's not a Scientologist, so, yeah. I mean, Book of Eli, come on, dude. We're still Mila Kunis, dude.
That 70s show?
Oh, God. Dude, that 70s show, Jesus Christ. That one fucking...
The redhead girl.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of fucking sexy redheads again.
God damn it. And she was like an Amazon, too.
What the fuck's her name in the show? Laura
Prepon, something like that.
She is the hottest on the show by far.
Oh, God. And Topher Grace. Oh.
Don't get me started on Wilmer.
Don't get me started on Kurtwood Smith from fucking RoboCop.
Yes. Oh. Clarence Boddicker, if you will.
Think you can fly, Bobby? Oh, dude.
Oh, let's get into some homework, man.
Yeah, let's do homework. Now, did we have... Yeah, we did have a guest. Fuck me in my ass.
Yeah, Mr. One Michael Murrow.
Fuck, I'm sorry, Mike, you ginzo.
All-star guest.
Fucking one of the best, dude.
He's ranked number 1 in guests right now. He's had 2 appearances down.
And he's got a 3rd on the books.
That's right. Spoiler alert, Burrow's coming back.
God bless him. Big-headed fuck. Now, he gave us... Do you want to start with his music or his comedy first?
I want to start comedy.
All right, go ahead.
Because he gave us Neil Brennan 3 mics and blocks.
He gave us 3 mics too?
Well, maybe he didn't give us 3 mics, but I did it anyway because I've already seen blocks. And I loved it.
I haven't rewatched 3 mics in a while. But go ahead and hit it anyway.
Well, all I was going to say about blocks is that I liked it a fucking whole lot. And I was going to assign it to you if he didn't do it before me. Eventually.
That son of a bitch.
What did you think about it?
Here's the thing with me and Neil Brennan. I brought this this not, well, obviously it's not out yet, but the episode when he brought it up to us, Neil Brennan blocks. Like, Neil Brennan, he's pretentious as fuck. I find him pretentious as fuck. And I find his specials pretentious as fuck. But here's the thing. He's good.
Yes.
He's fucking funny. And as pretentious I find his specials, he's got the material to balance it out. Mm-hmm. So blocks had some parts and I'm rolling my fucking eyes so hard I can have a stroke. But the material is just so fucking solid that I can't fucking hate on it like too much. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, when he gets into the like, oh, I'm so sad thing, you're like, all right, dude. And it's like, but then, yeah, like the material he crafts around the I'm so sad bit.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes.
Fucking funny.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes was rough.
He's a solid goddamn joke writer.
But yes, dude.
And it's crazy that he's only been doing stand up for 15. You know what I mean?
Fucking crazy.
Because he's like the whole one man show aspect of it was kind of, it's not as douchey as it was with 3 mics.
3 mics was way more heavy handed in the one man showy shit.
Yeah. But even 3 mics, like the mics where he would tell like just jokes or the funny stories were great. Mm-hmm. It was great. And like,
I wrote down some of my favorites.
And like, I didn't hate, and I don't really hate his like his poignant shit, but it's just that when I want to watch a comedy special, I don't normally want poignant shit. I want to laugh. I don't want to get depressed. I don't want to fucking relate my depression to your depression when I'm trying to fucking have a laugh and ignore my depression. Mm-hmm. But
suppress it even.
The material, his material is so good that I have to overlook any pretentiousness, any douchiness, any snobbishness that he exudes. His material around it is just too fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. Because Blocks and 3 Mics are on Netflix, I was trying to listen to or watch it while I was at work, and I didn't have a Netflix login at that time. So you can if you don't have a Netflix subscription,
don't listen to Netflix. You can use mine.
You can listen to 3 Mics on YouTube as they have it up there as an album. And let's see, Under 25 taking drugs it's not to be cool was funny. ISIS at the club, hilarious. At first I thought the Confederate flag joke wasn't going to be good, and then the punchline came and I was fucking howling. People who have a Confederate flag and people who have an American flag, it's like saying, this tattoo, this is to commemorate my love for Steve. And this tattoo, this is to commemorate the time I tried to escape from Steve and wasn't successful. And then the motherfucker of all jokes that you would like, if slavery had happened to the Italians, they still wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
It's funny because it's true.
Now, I took the way Murrow said it as he was assigning us.
Had you never seen 3 Mics?
It hasn't. I either never saw it or it'd been a long time because I remembered some of the jokes, but not all of them.
I've watched it multiple times, but it's been about 3 to 4 years since I've seen it.
I gave Blocks and 3 Mics a 9 out of 10.
If I would, like I said, I haven't listened to it recently. 3 Mics, I would probably give a 6.
Really, I thought 3 Mics was really fucking funny.
Blocks, I'd give a 7.5.
Now, that thing that he did with the set piece at the end, were you expecting that?
Yes.
With the shadow?
Oh, and the shadow thing, no. Which is fine, but...
It was cool.
I don't want a gimmick.
Yeah, but it wasn't like...
I hear you.
You know what? It was kind of gimmicky, but it was cool.
I also went into it in dentist mode, which means I already have a preconceived notion of it. It's hard for me to go into shit. It's just a fault of mine where I'm like, I've already got an opinion set on this person. I'm already going, and it's like, oh, this is going to be pretentious.
Here's the thing.
And then like things will happen that just prove me right. And then I'll just carry on with it. So honestly, it would be great if I wasn't me and I was just a casual watching it.
You could just take it in like a watcher.
The fact that I'm such a fucking jerk off and I can't just fucking
you can't enjoy
stop and enjoy. Yeah.
I will say though, if you're gonna have a gimmick, it better be fucking cool. And that was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a good reveal.
Yeah.
Because while he was arranging the shit, I didn't care for it. I was like, I don't get this gimmick.
Oh, yeah, it's whatever. You're diddling around on shelves. Who gives a fuck?
Oh, each block represents a thing.
One of your jokes. Yeah, but...
And then the silhouette came, and I was like, oh, wow, that's neat.
And then he pushes the glasses out. You're like, oh.
And I was like, that's neat.
It's like when I first figured out how to make a duck.
Uh-huh.
With a shadow.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
I loved Three Mics, though.
The comedy section of it is good. Like, as I said, he's a guy like... I was like, oh, Neil Bryan. But then I sit down and watch the special, and he gets me every time. It's like...
Oh. That reminds me, his closer. I love that police cars have "protect to serve" in quotes on them, as if they're being sarcastic.
Like, he's a great joke writer.
That's a good one.
I mean, there's no doubts about that shit. But yeah, so like, yeah, even when I'm being Dennis and I'm going in with my preconceived notions, he's still one of the few people that I'm like, I want to hate it. I want to say it sucks. I want to just be a contrarian. And he's just like, and I still find myself laughing my ass off at it.
Yep.
So
there you go. So
honestly, that's fucking, when you're funny enough to get a contrarian to like admit that he's a fucking moron and that these are funny jokes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good for you. So, I'll bump that shit up to a fucking 8.5.
There you go.
I won't be a curmudgeon.
Now, what did you think about my assignment for you was Greer Barnes?
Oh, wait, are we sticking to comedy or are we going to get the Mike's music or are we going to come back to that?
Let's come back to music.
Here's the thing. It took me forever to find the one video.
The long one?
The long one.
It was worth it though, yeah?
No.
Ooh.
Well, let me start with the fucking getting to know Greer Barnes in 7 jokes. Hold on, let me pull this up. I actually got fucking things there. That
he in that he tells one of the best jokes I've ever heard.
Well, hold on. Calm your ass down. He had a bit about bees where he was dressed like a Jurassic Park employee. Now, that was one of the best. That's probably the best joke of that quick little hit of. I can't say special, but that video.
Racism in the bug world.
Yeah. That shit was funny, and I wrote down that the MTA and the alien bits are top notch.
Also good.
When he was like,
yep.
When he was doing the alien voice, he was like,
yeah, I didn't expect him to have a funny ass voice.
And he was just like, no, man, it's cool, man. Do you see that big blue globe over there? Yeah, man, that's where I'm from. Oh, yeah, people are cool.
I didn't realize
they'll still call you the N-word when you get there, but after a while it'll be cool.
For a couple of years. I didn't realize at first that video was a highlight reel. I thought it was just going to be 7 minutes of something.
No, but yeah. Every one of those jokes was solid. They were fucking funny jokes.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, if this was even like a half hour or 15-minute, I was like, this would be fucking fantastic. He is hilarious. And I've seen him around before. Like, he used to be on that, when Comedy Cellar had a show on Comedy Central.
Yep.
He was on that quite
Live
a bit.
Live at the Cellar, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit, he's fucking great. And those 7 jokes are fucking great.
He has one of my favorite deliveries, too. I love the way he speaks.
He's
understated.
He's not like what you expect from him. And like, honestly, his fucking French accent is hilarious.
Yes, it was.
The MTA bit about the French... Because first he gets into French and European when he's talking about the bees, because they're saying how European bees are,
less aggressive and
less aggressive than an African bee. And he's like, hey, we pollinate these flowers. That shit. And then he brings it back when he's talking about the MTA later. and he's like talking about like how the MTA is trying to clean up its image. He's like, I don't know, man. I still smell piss. And see that homeless guy over there? Hey, he's still pulling his dick out. And then he talks about like
he's a solid.
And he's talking about how like, Francois, how was your trip to New York City? And he's like, I didn't know what to talk about it. And then he pantomimes a fucking Frenchman on a subway train getting a homeless man's dick in his face. And then a black woman coming in and fighting off the homeless guy and then wiping the dick juice off his face. He's just like, oh, honey, let me get that off your face. Like, And it is so fucking funny. Like, that shit, that had me howling. But to get to your other one, this was it, The Cellar, something The Cellar with
Cellar Chronicles.
Cellar Chronicles with TJ and Greer Barnes. It took me a while to find that, first of all.
That's why I gave you the specific title.
Yeah, I even looked it up and I couldn't find it. There's a lot, but I hated the format of it.
Because they were just hanging out on stage.
Yeah, it's basically an improv podcast on the stage of The Cellar.
It's here's my reason. Let me give you is because it's the longest piece of content.
And I know that's why he gave it to me.
With
but I only made it 20 minutes.
Really? It got better.
The other dude,
TJ stinks.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
And as good as Greer Barnes was for the 20 minutes I watched, the other guy just
he sucks the energy out.
Takes it out. And so I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. Now, if anything else pops up, if I see him on like a podcast or something like that, or I found like he has one of his own.
Man, if only.
Or if he drops a special, I'm fucking in. If he's ever playing around here and we get a chance to go, I'm in. Mm-hmm. He's fucking hysterical.
I wonder if he even does the road.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
He's up there in age too.
Yeah, he's been doing comedy. I think he said 37 years or some shit.
Honestly, and he's just fucking proof that black don't crack.
Yeah,
that dude
he looks the same.
That dude looks my age, and he's like 60.
I also love that he pointed out one time. This might have been later in that episode, if you will. He said, "I acknowledge the fact that I look like somebody who'll ask you for change outside. The way I dress."
Oh yeah, dude. Like I said, he was dressed like a Jurassic Park employee in some of those bits on the getting to know Greer Barnes and 7 jokes. But then it was like 3 or 4 jokes from that, whatever that appearance was, and then the other 2 jokes were from another one where he's dressed in like
all black,
like nice like slacks and like a t-shirt, and you're like,
oh, that's when he was mad young. His delivery was different back then too.
I was like, but they're still solid jokes. Yeah.
That appearance that you're talking about, I found. The
one of him in Jurassic Park outfit or the black?
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
It's a Comedy Central Presents that you can see, but you have to go to comedycentral.com and you have to sign up for a 24-hour pass.
So it's not even on like their app on Roku or anything? Oh, fuck.
No, you have to sign up for a thing for 24 hours to see the fucking... This is why people fucking hate Comedy Central. They make it hard to enjoy their fucking content.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the old shit, like that appearance is it's season 13, episode 13 of Comedy Central Presents.
I want to say it's at least like 2008.
It's got to be something like that. He's younger looking in it.
It's like, yeah, why are you making it hard for us to find the shit that you put out?
Put it on your fucking YouTube channel, for Christ's
all of it
sake.
on your YouTube channel.
For Christ's sake. Just do it. Yeah,
sorry, Greer, I'm not signing up for a fucking free trial thing to watch it, but any other thing you put out, I'm here for you, buddy.
Would you rate it? Low, probably.
You know what, dude? I didn't really think of the rating for the one where it's him and another dude. Because it's not him, it's him and another dude.
Sure.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not letting the other dude being kind of bad draw away from it.
Good for you.
But for the 7 jokes that get to know Greer Barnes, 9 out of 10.
Fuck yeah.
They're very good. Very good.
Racism in the B world crushed me.
Oh, God. Like the premise is funny, and then just the way he fucking actually crafts the joke around it was fucking fantastic.
What a guy.
The alien bit was probably my favorite, though. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, yeah, they'll call you the N-word for the first time.
Now, I couldn't tell if you assigned me wrong on every level or always amazing.
I assigned you both.
Okay, by about the Amazing Jonathan.
Yeah.
It took me watching Always Amazing to realize I've already seen Wrong on Every Level before. Wrong on Every Level is the one that gets dark and follows him like through his drug use and shit.
Yeah.
It's still really, really well done.
That's in like the prime of his crackhead days.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Like, I didn't know it at the time. Like, the first time I saw the special, because at the time I didn't know about his heavy drug use.
Me either. I had no fucking
but then
clue.
When you watch it again, knowing that, you see all the signs in his face and his actions and shit. Yeah.
But Always Amazing, I watched for the first time. The one that Steve Byrne directed.
Oh, so you didn't watch the other one?
Wrong on Every Level? I've seen it before. I didn't rewatch it.
Well, you still got to talk about it.
I just did.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is just like that time I assigned you that record. Back in episode, let's say 2.
Episode 4?
Episode 4. You still got to do it. That's how homework works, man.
Well, like I said, I couldn't tell which one you were assigning me, so I picked the latter.
I assigned you both. I said it was a 2-parter. I made it abundantly clear.
Yeah, not
you
so much.
You edited the episode.
Well, I'm going to re-edit this episode, and I will have watched both of them. I'm just kidding.
Christ.
I won't do that. Well, Wrong on Every Level, I've seen before. I give it a 7 anyway.
Okay.
Because...
I'm surprised you gave it that.
Well, I love The Amazing Jonathan.
It is dated.
Yeah, but...
Fuck.
It was from back then, so...
Like 07?
Yeah, some shit like that. No, I don't even think it's that old, because he was just starting to get in his comeback years.
No, it was 07.
Was it?
It was 07, yeah.
Then where the fuck did I see it then? It must have been on Netflix. Whatever. The doc I saw was the other one, much darker. I prefer Steve Byrne's documentary.
Oh, yeah,
about his rise, and so much more of his early shit that I've never, ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Was in Steve Byrne's.
It has like his Vegas shit and stuff like that.
Yeah. That knife bit always got me. See, this is a fake knife. It only cuts you a little bit. And this is a real one. It gets me every time.
The Psychic Sandra, Psychic Tanya shit was the stuff that always cracked me up.
Also,
we used to just pull guns on them. So, no, seriously, get the fuck out of here. Like, that shit always just was, like, hilarious to me.
He made prop comedy funny with magic. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Jonathan making Joel do stuff for money was so funny. Like... I'll give you $200 if you shave your head. Or
some of the shit he asked him to do was worth so much more than like $200.
He'd give him like $1,000 or like
no, like he was one of the things he did. Like you say, he did that was like this sleeping bag they found on the side of the Santa Monica Boulevard. He's like, yo, if you crawl into that head first and like sit in for a couple seconds or whatever, I'll give you $200. I'm like, kid, you could have easily gotten 5 out of that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's the other one I wrote down.
Like, that's a good way to get fucking an STD.
AIDS. Yeah. Poked with a heroin needle.
Oh, fuck, dude.
He never stopped being funny and goofy, no matter how much his health was failing.
Yeah.
Like, when he was fully not on stage and he was just interacting with... what the fuck is his wife's name? Anastasia or something?
Yeah.
The dark-haired girl. He was still just being silly.
Yeah.
Even though he's like, I'm fully gonna die soon.
Yeah.
I love that about him. And did you catch the part in the documentary when David Copperfield goes, I'd never even seen cocaine.
Yeah.
I call fucking bullshit on that.
I guarantee you he's seen it, but I do believe he's probably
on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, but there's like even people on the straightest and the narrowest path have been in situations where other people around you are not coke on that path.
Yes, especially in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas
dude.
all the thousands of other places Copperfield has played. You've never seen one guy with a little baggie. Like, come on, dude.
He was pleading the fifth on that one.
Like, okay, if you tell me you've never done coke before, I believe you.
Yeah.
But you've never seen it before.
Lie.
Unless he says, I didn't see it before at that time. Mm-hmm. And subsequently, of course, he saw it. But
yeah, but...
maybe it was early.
I gave Always Amazing a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
I think it would have been a lot more sad if it came out later than it did. Because that came out in
21.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Because I could have sworn it was put out in like 2019, 2017.
No. The date on the video is 2021.
Because he wasn't dead yet when that
He just died last year.
Yeah. I'm saying if it came out later.
Oh, like posthumously?
It would have been darker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it could have been like...
I didn't see the Hulu documentary on him, but I heard that one was a lot darker. So maybe it gets into the shit.
The Wrong on Every Level?
No, the Hulu put out a documentary about him, too.
I didn't even...
I don't watch it.
Fuck it.
I got it. I found that documentary because you had me watching Comedy Piñata, and on Steve Burns' YouTube page, since he's the director of it, it's on his YouTube page too.
Yeah.
So that's how I found it to begin with.
It's one of his major works, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you want to get into music now?
Yes.
Sweet.
Now, Michael gave us the recent album of the band formerly known as Grief, now known as Come to Grief.
Come to Grief.
And the album's called The End of, was it?
When the World Dies.
When the World Dies. I knew it was something spoopy. Mm-hmm. Now, I fucking loved it.
Of course you did.
If you say it's fucking good sound guy music, I'm going to fucking choke slam you. I loved it. Now, there was parts I didn't love. When it got a little too like that shit.
Slow, drawn out riffs really don't do it for me, no matter how nice they are.
The riffing was so fucking good.
There were some good ass riffs though. I also said, "Hey, hypocrite." The intro song was one riff for the first 2 minutes. Because remember what he said about Meshuggah?
Yeah.
That it was 3 riffs for 4 minutes?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, but I said once the vocals kick in, it's much better. Yeah. The vocals were fucking sweet on top of this kind of music.
Now, it did have too many like that shit in it for me. So I didn't get a perfect score, but I definitely gave it a 9.
I had to listen to it a couple times to get through it, but I ended up listening to it a second, like more
also,
than
for that type of music, it was the perfect length. Yes, it had the long songs, but it was also interspersed with shorter songs, and it was only like 8 songs.
That's what I wrote down. 7 songs, 37 minutes.
Yeah.
For perfect. Long, slow songs, still very digestible.
Yeah.
And upon second listen, I bumped it from a 5 to a 5.5.
Wow. A 5.5. What gave it an extra half?
I enjoyed it more.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Let's see, because I thought about it. Yeah. I legitimately think about this grading scale.
Watch how you treat the table. You're going to spill something.
God forbid. I said it's between okay and pretty okay. Still worth a shout.
Yeah, all right.
That's what I say. All right. It's not bad. I still enjoyed it, but I still find it pretty okay.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. And
this slow type of like riffy shit does not do it for me typically at all.
It's not for everybody.
But I think maybe having that different kind of black metal-y vocal helped me enjoy it more. I didn't expect that.
It's weird because like
riffs are good too.
I'm like one of the few people that doesn't smoke weed that loves that type of music.
But that's one of the most mind-boggling things about you, I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you
I don't fuck with weed.
I
don't fuck with weed, but I love weed music.
How you can stomach that shit.
I do drink. I mean,
but
then again, that's not really a slow riff shit anyway.
No.
I just like fucking shit that's heavy and ugly. I'm sorry.
All right. Just
get off my D piece. Now, what the fuck did you assign me? Oh, Teenage Wrist.
Chrome Neon Jesus.
Now, this is going to sound like a diss, but I don't mean it as one because I'm going to compare it to something that I actually enjoyed. It sounds to me like the band Bush listened to a shoegaze record and said, I want to do that too. And then did it. Not vocally like Bush, but just kind of like, it's like a more shoegaze version of the band Bush to me. Now, the first 2 Bush records to me are fucking great.
Sure.
Later shit, no thank you. And the vocals of Bush, always terrible. But
Gavin Rossdale.
I liked it quite a bit, but it's just not a record I see myself going back to a lot. But listen, like I've heard the band before, because like I said, The Outlaw.
Because The Outlaw, yeah.
The Outlaw, you know, the man who doesn't like rules. He listens to them quite a bit when we're on our way to band practice. And it's a good listen. like, I enjoyed my time with it. I listened to it all the way through and didn't skip a single song. But it's just not something I see myself going back to. But, if they put something else out new, I'll go check it out. Why not,
They're solid as fuck live, too.
7 out of 10.
Nice. That's better score than I thought you'd give it. Now, did you enjoy...
Because if somebody was like, I really like the shoegazy stuff, I'd be like, yo, have you heard that band Teenage Wrist? Mm-hmm. And so I would recommend to other people that are more into that type of shit than I am.
Now, I presume you're calling it shoegaze because it's a little slow?
It's something... see...
Because shoegaze is slow.
I gotta pee. Yeah, shoegaze is like the closest thing I have to compare for. I want to say, another word I wanted to say was dreamy.
It is definitely dreamy.
Like dream pop. Is that something the kids say? But like...
The kids?
No, actually, I've seen that term get put around. That's kind of like that.
It's pretty.
But not vocally, really.
It's pretty.
Yeah. But it's like...
It has riffs, though.
Musically, I like it. Yeah, it's not a bad record at all. It's just not something I'd see myself going back to.
Sure,
but if someone has it on, I'll fucking be like, cool.
The guy who does all of the singing on that record is like the guitar player. They used to have another singer also in the band. Like
right.
he played bass and sang some songs.
Right.
And he sang in like a higher register, and I didn't care for him anyway. But they kicked him out for doing some questionable sexual shit.
Whoa. Somebody in a poppy band did questionable shit sexually?
Did you know?
Get out of town.
Yeah, isn't that shocking?
I know, right? And the next thing they tell me is pop punk guys fuck underage girls. Jesus Christ.
Like his Uncle Paul.
Fogelcore. But, yeah, I did not dislike it. And if you told me, like, oh, the one that came out, like, tomorrow is a sick record, I'm like, I'll go check it out. Why not?
Here, pick that up.
Leave me alone.
Pick it up?
No. You're just going to have to deal with it.
All right, then it's going to fall on you again, dickhead.
Whatever, then I deserve it. What happened to Frankie? God, this is a shit show.
Because
too far away.
You.
Because of your narrow ass.
All right.
I hate you.
Now, let me get into Pale Horse then. My assignment.
Okay.
You assigned me Amongst the Flock.
I see. It was another two-parter I gave you. See, you don't have to do half.
God damn it with
homework.
this fucking two-parter shit. Enough with the two-parters.
It was 2 additional songs.
I didn't listen to them.
You're a fucking turd, dude. You don't listen.
No, I don't.
You do all the editing, yet you don't listen.
No, I have to edit around a lot of shit.
I write nothing down, and I remember.
Brag.
I also am drunk, and I still remember shit. Yes, I knock the microphone over constantly, but whatever.
Well,
it's not my fault I'm a sensation.
I did my homework on Amongst the Flock.
Okay, what did you think about that?
I loved it.
It's a good record.
It's a great record.
Yeah.
Let's see. Intro. Oh, to a counterpart for the Come to Grief record. The first riff, or the first 2 minutes were one riff on the first song.
Yeah.
On Come to Grief record. Pale Horse intro 1.5 minutes, 2 riffs. Mm-hmm. Bleed the Sheep, sick ass song. Mm-hmm. I think the vocals are my favorite part of this band. Mm-hmm. This has everything I want out of hardcore. More bands should be like Pale Horse.
Yeah.
1948. That one song, 1948.
That one and As the Serpent are my favorite songs.
Is that song 1948 reference to the presidential election scandal between one Republican candidate Thomas Dewey and incumbent President Harry S. Truman? Maybe?
Possibly.
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, they're definitely mostly into conspiracy theory and the Illuminati and shit like that.
I wouldn't put it past them.
There's an EP they had before that called Secrets Within Secrets. And it is just as good. But I decided to give you a full length, and they're songs off a split with Khan of Arabia, which is also worth listening to. But yeah, the vocals set them apart because there's not many people that they sound like vocally.
Not at all.
And the music is, to me, was like a good mix of like some melody, but always heavy. And, like, yeah, they just stood out. And, like, they came out and when everybody was trying to do...
Yes, they do.
Let's out-mosh each other, you know? So, like, they came out in Connecticut when fucking 100 Demons was coming up.
And shit, yeah.
So it's like, instead of, like, trying to ape
Hatebreed.
They're way after Hatebreed.
Yeah.
I mean, Hatebreed started in the fucking mid-90s.
They still laid the foundation in Connecticut, though.
But, and I'm just saying, like, Pale Horse was a band when 100 Demons was initially a band.
Yeah. Much better point.
So, and instead of, like, saying, well, we're just going to do this, all the other Connecticut bands are doing, they're like, we're just going to do our own thing. And if they stuck out. And that made them all that much better to me. I like bands that stick out, that don't just do what everybody else is doing. And vocally, they stuck out to me. And lyrically, they always stuck out to me. Like, how many more fucking songs do you need about loyalty? You know, like, oh, what's that? You got songs about, Freemasons? I'm in. Let's go, dude. So, yeah, Pale Horse fucking rules.
I played Connecticut one time.
Very proud of you.
And I played
I've played there as well.
I played Freemason Hall, actually, with
with Pale Horse, and they're all looking over their shoulders the entire time.
No, but I wouldn't be I wouldn't be shocked if any of them frequented that hall.
Look at the numbers; they're all over the walls.
But members of the bands that I played with went on to be in Vain and Cast in Blood. In fact, Rick from 100 Demons was there because his son was in that band. But
he's a great dude.
Yeah, a big fan.
Yeah,
we snuck upstairs in the hall to look in the rooms.
Yeah,
and there was like an altar with swords and shit. It was fucking awesome. Freemasons rule,
dude. One of my closest friends is a Freemason, and he knows how much I just fucking make fun of him constantly. I'm like, how much cool shit is on your smock, dork? But then I also, in the same breath, will ask him, so, what do you really do with him? He's like, well, I can't tell you. I'm like, you fucking piece of shit.
Secretive piece of shit.
And like, he'll tell me everything he does about how he fucks his wife and shit like that, but he won't tell me what goes on in the meetings. I'm like, I don't think it's that cool.
No.
There's no way in hell it's that cool.
You're making it gay, actually.
It's like, because you're all wearing like smocks with like merit badges on it and shit like that. And you're like doing like little fruity handshakes. I'm like, the OG Freemasons were probably doing some awesome shit behind the scenes. 2023 Freemasons, probably like
less so.
The inner circle, the Illuminati, they're probably doing cool shit.
Yeah,
Bohemian Grove and all that, but like the average Mason Hall in your town, Freemasons,
they're just drinking.
There's some, they're drinking $25 PBRs and fucking scheduling bake sales and all kinds of cornball shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, he just won't tell me what happens at the meetings just to piss me off.
You know what? I don't want to know. I don't care.
I do though. It's just, God damn it. The more I don't know something, the more I want to know about it. I have a quest for knowledge, sir.
Let's. What do you got for me this week, homework wise?
I have some soft ass shit for you, dude.
All right.
This band is one of my favorites. They're called the Sundays. Have you heard of them?
I have.
The album is called Reading, Writing, and Rithmetic.
Good luck spelling arithmetic.
I actually think they spell it wrong on the album, too. I think they leave the A off the beginning.
Oh.
But just type in Sundays. Honestly, it's their most popular album, so it's probably the first thing that'll come up. And honestly, I don't really have to explain it, because the girl shit I listen to.
Yep.
So, there you go. There's more of it. Mm-hmm. But it's some of my favorite shit, and it's been on my playlist the last 2 weeks. It's on my playlist constantly, but it's really been coming out the last couple of weeks. And I'm just curious, what the fuck do you think of it?
All right.
But yeah, the Sundays Reading, Writing, and Rithmetic.
I do know the name. I'm excited to get into this.
They're a pretty big deal band. Mm-hmm. Comedy wise is a special I just stumbled across because this guy was making the podcast rounds recently. I think he wrote for a bunch of popular shows, but since I don't fucking watch TV, I didn't catch any of the references. Like, really, oh, you wrote for this show, you wrote for this show. I'm like, I don't know what any of that is. It's not Bob's Burgers. I don't know it. The guy's name is Gareth Reynolds.
I know his name.
So maybe you watched one of his shows. I don't fucking know. The special is on YouTube, and it's called Weed, England, and Other Stuff. Guess what it's about. Uh-huh.
He did Chrissy Chaos the other day.
Yeah, he did Flagrant
And
a couple others too. We
Other
did
shows I won't watch.
Here's the Scenario. And a couple others. But yeah. It's not like it's a good special. It's not the best special I've seen in a while, but I was thoroughly entertained by it, and I just want to get your feedback on it.
Well, let's see. I'll start with music for you then.
Oh, Christ.
Since we're doing girl shit.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Mm-hmm. Listen up. I'm giving you
Fury of 5.
I didn't say boy shit. I said girl shit.
Damn.
I didn't say camo shorts girl shit.
Fuck yeah.
I'm giving you a
girls with Adidas shell tops and camo shorts, dude. Let's go.
The band is called Tuulu.
Spell it.
Tuulu.
I hate it already.
You can't find this record anywhere. So.
Oh, great.
So, for the sake of homework, I'm going to let you borrow a CD.
I don't have anything to play it on.
You fucking degenerate piece of shit who's somehow not a degenerate at the same time. How the fuck did you pull that off?
Oh, wait. I got an Xbox One.
You can totally play a CD. Fuckface.
I could probably find it on SoulSeek anyway.
The record is called Here We Go.
Here we gay.
When the last time I was in a record store looking for CDs,
what makes this so fucking hard to find?
It's here. I'll explain. Mel finds the weirdest fucking music I've ever heard.
Yo, she's always giving me good shit. I can't fucking hate on her.
But I'm a more like, to her credit, yes, it's usually very, very good, and it's always some band that no one's ever heard of, ever, because
no one's ever heard of Paramore.
Well, aside from the autistic side,
fucking dum-dum.
But the bands that she really loves, she's always looking for merch of theirs and shit. And she's like, I can't find a such and such shirt. I'm like, yeah, that's because you and 3 people know who they are.
So is the Iron Price. Drowse.
Well, anyway, we're in a record store, and she stumbles across this Here We Go CD, and it's signed by the entire band. $1.
Fuck. That doesn't do much for the self-esteem.
Right, but this is like, she flipped her fucking lid because we found this CD.
Fun side story, when our previous guest, Matt Bennett, got married, our gift to him was a Dead and Buried, our first LP, our first CD, signed by all the band members.
Okay, so would you rather me lend you the CD, or do you want to look for it on SoulSeek?
Let me look for it on SoulSeek first.
All right, if you can't find it, I'll bring you the CD.
Yeah. Do they have other shit in case I can't find this one album?
I don't think so.
Oh, Christ.
Like I said, she finds these weird one-hit, like, fucking...
That makes me even more curious.
Exactly. Because we don't know about it.
Yeah, it's so mysterious.
Exactly. It's mysterious girl hardcore.
It's got like secret messages in it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to it, my eyes start bleeding. Ugh.
Now, I'm excited about this comedy assignment.
Now, do you want to tell me what kind of music I'm walking into?
Nope. Just know that it's soft and girly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a male recommendation. It's not going to be fucking Slayer.
Right.
Yeah.
Slayer sucks anyway.
What?
Slayer stinks.
Ooh. Hot takes.
Slayer is the third worst.
Takes.
Third worst of the big 4.
We'll get into that afterwards.
Sure. The comedy assignment I'm excited for. And I'll give you some extra credit behind it. But yes.
Because if you don't do my extra credit, I'm not doing your extra credit.
This is a special called What Had Happened Was by a Philly comic named David James.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was filmed at Helium, like a Helium Studios special, so it's on YouTube. And it's like 20-something. It's just under a half hour.
I honestly think someone else has a special with that fucking name.
Maybe. But still, that's your assignment.
I've seen him on Dad Meat podcast, and he's fucking funny.
That's right.
It's a funny dude.
David James, What Had Happened Was.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking excited for that, dude.
It opens like with a throwaway crowd work thing.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
It's getting kind of overdone though, the crowd work.
Well, it was just an interaction because the guy was leaving before everybody else. He was like, "Where are you going?" I won't give it away.
Right.
It was fucking hilarious. So yeah, I've got extra credit to do myself. So
give me the fucking extra credit.
It's just a Chip Chipperson episode that I watched and enjoyed.
I've seen it. I've watched every single fucking episode. Which one?
Episode 89 with Mark Norman, Karen Feehan, Micah Fox.
88?
89.
89?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've watched all of them.
Incredible episode. That's all.
He's my fucking hero. I fucking love that shit so goddamn much. So you seriously think, like, you say Slayer is the third worst of the four?
Yes. The big four.
All right, the big four in order.
Megadeth.
Worst to best.
Oh, worst to best.
Yes.
Let's see. Anthrax is number 4.
As they're the worst.
Yes. No. Yes. Anthrax is the worst of the big 4. Shouldn't be in the big 4. Slayer fucking sucks too. Slayer's number 3. Metallica is my least favorite popular metal band at this point because we've been beaten over the head with them.
Right.
And they've put out more bad records than good ones. And Megadeth is my favorite of the big 4. They've put out a fuck ton of records, but more good ones than bad ones.
Fair. I'd say the worst of the lot to me is Metallica. But the thing is, Metallica and fucking Anthrax are almost on the same level for me.
I wish that the bottom 3 could all be tied for worst.
My favorite is Slayer. My second favorite is Megadeth.
At least, like, Slayer gets a pass because of their riffs.
Now,
alone.
Megadeth will still put out a decent song now. They won't put out decent albums. Like, the albums won't be good.
Yeah.
But like newer albums will have like 3 or 4 songs you're just like, all right, Dave, I see you, like this is cool. But then like, the other 6 or 8 are just
Stinkers.
dog water. Just total fucking crap. Slayer hasn't put out a good record since probably Divine Intervention for me.
They have tracks.
Which is fine, because Divine Intervention is my favorite Slayer record. I know that's unpopular, but I don't care.
I'm not stupid. Like, Slayer is good for what they are, and they have some great fucking riffs and great songs, but they still bug me.
All the 4 bug me.
Yeah.
Because they're all up their own ass. Like, they're all pretentious douchebags.
Well, none of them are Testament, so they can suck and...
Well, Testament
fucking
stinks.
Suck me. Testament rules.
Testament fucking sucks.
You sucks.
Whatever. I know a guy who dates a girl that looks like Chuck Billy. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's really nothing to that. But yeah, Testament stinks too. But then again, I hate that fucking Bay Area thrash horse shit.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck off.
Shocker. Contrarian.
I'm not a fucking contrarian. I just don't like fucking shit that's corny. Except for 90% of my fucking listening shit.
Exactly.
You fucking piece of shit. Should we plug our brand new Patreon?
Yes. By the time you're hearing this, we are going to start a fucking Patreon page.
What? Unheard of. That's right. We're putting our fucking hands out in desperation to give us monies. It's a simple $3 a month, dude.
$3.
$3 fucking dollars a month, dude.
And for $3, you will get at least, at minimum, 2 extra episodes a month that nobody else can get.
Yeah.
Really off the hinges shit.
They're gonna be mediocre as fuck, though. Just saying.
Oh, it's gonna be goofy as fuck. As if we're not already like.
You'll be more annoyed than pleased.
Yes. But it's gonna be hilarious. Like, we're gonna like the whole idea. Like, I don't care about supplementing my income with a fucking podcast, but doing a Patreon page, if it gets us a couple extra bucks a month, we'll be able to go to more comedy shows, and with that, we're gonna start doing road pods.
Yes.
In fact, next week we're gonna try one because we're going to see a comedy show, and we'll report on it probably on the way down and on the way back.
That's right. And
I'm going to do my best to record it while I drive.
Listen to Big Dick over here.
Yeah. But we're gonna do things like that, and also go see bands. Probably talk to them at shows.
Get them to come through.
And that would also, yes,
talk to comedians at the comedy shows, get them to come through.
Exactly. It'll open up the door for us to talk to even more guests, and comics, bands.
And whatever we have left over is going straight into drugs that are going up my ass.
Yes.
I promise you, all money that you give to us, $3 a month, it's not asking much. It's like 3 packs of Now and Laters. all of that is going into drugs that I was strictly shoving my ass.
You know how much
No mouth drugs, no lung drugs, nothing but butt drugs.
Just butt drugs. You know how much a bag of Trolley sour brake rollers costs at Wawa?
How much, Big Dick?
$3.39.
So for 39 cents, you're getting fucking 2 hefty doses of jocularity.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to supplement us being fucking total dumb shits.
Yeah. So that's the whole idea. We'll be able to get to even more shows and stuff.
My mom has already admitted she's going to be our first patron.
Yes.
Do you want to leave my mom alone?
That's a lonely $3 deposit a month.
Yeah, dude. Are you going to make Deb the sole patron? How could you leave a 75-year-old woman alone?
Just like I do.
Heartless cunts.
Let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah, hit that fucking intro music.